まれてきたのだろうか。いつから悲しみの記憶を継いでいた。過ぎた遠い日々に思いを馳せていた。 Without a regret go your way because I promised you。 時の針は再び運命の時へと動き始めた。 I want to live in the limited time。 悲しみを振り切れ Absolutely unveil of truth。 私に変えるため涙に溶かしたこの痛みが明日を切り開くから。生きたい生きたいと願う意志が魂に光を灯すだろう。 I want to live in the limited time。 愛する者のため Resolution of the heart and soul。 この手で切り開く。いつかたどり着く結末へと時を刻み続けてゆく。 Still I am in this world。 I want to give and up lies and truth and sacrifice。 Still I am in this world。 I want to give and up fate and hate endless road crave on fate the meaning of my life。 記憶が見せる夢ぼやけたその景色に交わる運命が私を引き寄せた。思いが渦巻いた表裏のない世界。君との約束を見つけるためあの日から止まっていた時が今そんな未来へ動き始めた。 I want to live in the limited time。 絶望にあなたへ Resolution of the heart and soul。 この手でこの声で彼方で揺らめくあの光が未来へと続いていく。誰もが死ぬために生まれてきたのだろうか。いつから悲しみの記憶を継いでいた。過ぎた遠い日々に思いを馳せていた。 Without a regret go your way because I promised you。 時の針は再び運命の時へと動き始めた。 I want to live in the limited time。 悲しみを振り切れ きたいと願う意志がああ魂に光を灯すだろう I want to live it in the limited time 愛する者のため Resolution of the heart and soul この手で切り開くいつかたどり着く結末へと時を刻み続けてゆく Still I am in this world I want to give and God rise and prove and sacrifice Still I am in this world I want to give and God faith and hate endless road brave on faith the meaning of my life
Oh. Hi,
Ah,
it is me, Dio. So last time I remember where we started and I remember where we ended, and we're just gonna fill in the rest in between. Where we started was we were going on the date that wasn't a date that we totally fucking fumbled by making it even more of a group thing than a date plus a third wheel, because it was 4 of us now. So we go, and they kind of skip it. Like, they didn't really give us any drama, which, I mean, fair enough, because that's not really the focus of this visual novel, but I would have ate that shit up. But we go to the amusement park, and it's us. I'm gonna use their nicknames again, because I've already forgotten. No, Naomi. Naomi is Eggplant. And there's Miharu, which is love interest. And there's Mao, who's the wingman. All right, we got there. I know names and we are Rinka. Anyway, so we go and we spend the day and we skip forward to it's nighttime, and Naomi and Mao found a way to kind of like sneak away because they had to go buy something. So we were just sitting alone together on a bench, and we're pretty sure almost confessed her feelings to us. Miharu did, which was so huge, but she didn't. But she wanted us to sit there alone, which was so cute, and I cried. And we make it through the night, and it really feels like she wants to tell us something, but she never does. But what she says is like, we should do this again, and we agree, or like we make a future date to like go somewhere else, do another date thing, basically. Even if it's as a group. And then move forward, we go to sleep, and we wake up in the, what do we want to call it? Like a courtroom? The clock court for the death game. And sure. And the goddess has to re-explain to us what's going on, because apparently we are the only one of the 12 that have forgotten. But we wake up and we immediately see Miharu, and we almost say her name out loud, which would have shafted her, which would have been so funny and so sad. But yeah, so we're there. We get the rules of the death game re-explained, which we spent probably most of Tuesday tangenting on and talking about to feel it out, talk about our theories, and try to understand how it really works and how we think it's going to impact the game. And we wake up the next day and we believe that it happened, and we want to reach out to Miharu, but she didn't go to school. So we end up taking Eggplant. We take fucking Naomi, of all people, to her workplace where she works at a maid cafe, which was fucking awesome for me. And so we kind of went through that whole thing, and she said, I'll come by your cafe later and then we can talk because I'm working right now. It's like, okay. So she comes by later and she's like, well, I'll get you like a drink. Just have a seat because it's probably going to be a long talk. And she's like, it's really not. And she just busts it all out in 5 seconds flat. She's like, I didn't know you were part of the game, but now that you are, like, I'll do anything to keep you safe. Basically admitting that she will fucking sacrifice herself for us. And then she just kind of leaves. And we're like, and then from there, we basically
over the part where she was passive aggressive as fuck to Eggplant.
Did you want me to focus on that? That's part of the gang. Oh, in the cafe?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was funny. At her work in the maid cafe, when she was serving, she served us, and then she goes to serve Eggplant, and accidentally, in air quotes, misses the coaster and like slams her drink on the table and scares the fuck out of her. And then she was just being so extra to Eggplant the whole damn time. Poor Naomi, because Naomi didn't do anything. But now Naomi is very viscerally aware of the fact that, like, she was kind of before, because she was already dropping hints that she knows that Miharu likes us. We are literally the last person on the planet to realize that Miharu likes us like that. It is so even the fucking idiot knows. I'm like, oh my god. And she's like, are you sure you want to take me with? I don't think that's a good idea. It's like,
what are you talking about?
Well, yeah, it's not
really
that.
Good friend.
She's just a really good friend. So she's not that scary. It's like, that's not what I mean. I don't think. Because even the passive aggression even started on the group date where Miharu was taking pictures with everybody, group pictures and solo selfies, or like one-on-one selfies with people, with everyone but Naomi. Naomi was literally left out of any and all pictures that were taken that day.
No, she took a
like it's so fucking foul.
Because Mao whatever was in charge of the picture, so she took one as all four of them, but she also made sure to take a picture with just. She's like, oh, you two take a picture together, and took a picture with us and whatever her name is. You just said their
Miharu?
names, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So because she was in charge of it, she wasn't left out. She just tried to make sure that we got a picture with just her.
Right. Dude, Mao was wingmanning so hard. That was so baller. She did such a good job because that was a really volatile situation. But yeah, so that's the passive aggressive nonsense that's been going on. But then basically we have, our character has no game plan for the game at all, but Miharu definitely does, but is not sharing it. And she's like, I don't want to give you the information I have because that will put you in danger. Which is technically true because of the nature of the game, and I don't really want to break down how the nature of the game works because that would take like a million fucking years just by itself. The basics is that you have to learn the 3 pieces of information of everybody around you, and you start with 3 randomly selected pieces. And then when you elect, they call it elect. When you elect somebody, you two go against each other one-on-one, and there is a way to defend yourself by offering up pieces of your information, and they can counter by offering up pieces of their information, and you can go back and forth offering that. But whoever wins basically essentially kills the other person and then can take a random piece of information they had gathered from their deck of cards. But then they have to tell what that information is. Not the actual information, but like, I now have number 8's name, basically. You don't have to say what the name is, but you have to basically put that target on your back for that piece of information. So that's the gist of how it works. There's a lot of nitty gritty in there, and we weren't exactly sure how you get the information because we felt like our character should have then had the information about Miharu's name and potentially how she died, or like bare minimum she should have had Miharu's name and didn't. So we weren't exactly sure. So then we are now totally away from all of that in our original character, and we are now following two separate characters that are in the game. Shark Teeth Lady and Italian mob guy. I don't remember their names or what to call them, but basically, wait, her name is Odette. I remember her name is Odette. His name's the one that we have. Is it like Frederico?
Yes.
Federico, excuse me. Okay, so I am on fire with names right now, which is crazy. So we're now with Odette and Federico, who are new players in the game, and they were both shady people.
She's a smuggler
while they were
and he's
alive.
a hitman.
Yes, exactly. Not from the same like organization, but just in general shady. But they did happen to die, yes, together at the same location, but potentially in different ways. We're not sure yet, but they were on a ship doing a job and the ship got attacked, is what they're saying. And they somehow died, but they did not specify how each other died. So I don't know.
Because they're not. Well, the way he says it is that he doesn't know how she died. That he thinks the only reason she's teaming up with him is because she assumes that it's smarter because they know each other's not only names but the way of their death. Like, but
right, they're both playing the smart game and keeping each other in check is what's happening.
But he doesn't remember how she died. She could have drowned, she could have died to the fire, she could have died to the attack, but he doesn't know for certain. And he knows for a fact that she doesn't know. But they're playing along because, you know, they're trying to use each other's leverage or perceived leverage.
Right. Because realistically, that is the smart thing to do, is team up with people, especially at this stage of the game. And you don't necessarily have to trust them entirely, but you want to, it's a big old game of poker here. And she just so happened to get information on another player in the game who happened to be another, I think he was another mafia guy, like a Chinese guy, who just happened to, she coincidentally, the day that they died, she happened to hear that he dropped dead, but without any specifics about it. And then lo and behold, when she goes to look it up, he's no longer dead. So she knows he's a part of the game, so she knows his name, and that is basically how we were able to determine a little bit about how you're meant to get the cards, which is, we're not exactly sure if you have to say it out loud, but it seems like you have to say the information out loud and you have to believe that the information is true. You can't just guess and see if an information card shows up, because she says his name and gets the card, and then she lists off a couple of different reasons of how he could have died and nothing happens, but she says, using a logical deduction, I am assuming that it is true that he had a stroke because of his diabetes. And then the information card shows up. But the reason why I say we think you have to say it out loud is because the guy, just from hearing that information, also got those cards, but they didn't show up in a flashy manner. He just checked his deck later and they were there. So, yet to be determined why the difference between why something would be flashy and why it wouldn't.
It could
But
be just
so
possible
there's
that
that.
he didn't have his book on him.
That's fair. So now they are tailing that man and they've already jumped countries once. I think they're in Taiwan right now. Yeah, Taiwanese food. So they're in Taiwan right now, and they're about to follow him again. And I think they're trying to figure out what his regret in life may be, because I feel like that's the only thing left.
Yes, they have his death, his name, and now they just need his regret.
So that's basically where we are right now, is we're heading into the investigation to see if they can like trap him or whatever. Because I feel like it's pretty smart to think that whatever your regret in life is, that you might attempt to be doing that before your 12 weeks are up, because they're only alive for another 12 weeks max. 11 now. And that's assuming they don't die before that. So realistically, if you're gonna die with your regret, but you're suddenly now back alive, I can see why you would wanna, attempt to rectify that if you can, if it is something that's doable. So investigating's not bad. Oh, and also they can't die during this time by like means other than electing each other. So whatever happens to them, they're not gonna die. So the goddess didn't say they couldn't fight, and she certainly said you can still get injured. You just can't die. So, yeah. I think that about sums it up.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Okay. The major thing I take away from yesterday's activities is that surprisingly, Taiwanese food ain't half bad. Yeah, they could work on their presentation a bit, but those steamed shrimp buns were delicious. Could see myself getting hooked on those rice noodles too. Don't let me forget the spicy stuff either. Adding some, oh God. I am so sorry. Anybody who knows, because I am not a knower. Adding some Dubongjan. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm too white for this shit. That's my bad. Oh, there's another one. And Tianmyeon. Yeah, they added some stuff. And it really created a perfect and rich balance between sweet and sour.
What stuff did
Motherfucker, why don't you just say sweet and sour sauce?
That's not its name.
I know. I'm so sorry. Oh. It makes me want to put it into like a pronunciation simulator so I could try, but even then I'd probably still get it wrong because I bet it's a tonal language. Fuck me. Oops, that's enough. Odette impressions for one day. Okay. Even though my stomach regrets eating so much last night, here I am in the hotel's parking lot early in the morning waiting for Ro. Oh, that's the name of the guy, Ro. Ro Cheng, something like that? I don't remember. Once I see him leave...
I mean, I could just show you his name.
Ro Chanho.
Chano.
Once I see him leave in a taxi, I make sure to follow. And now I've been sitting around outside his company's building for a good part of the day. Boring as hell, but I'm used to waiting by this point. Streets of Taiwan really are an interesting sight, though. You can get a good hour's worth of entertainment from people watching. Too bad I still got another 7 hours left. After what feels like an eternity, I finally spot him leaving the building.
Here we go.
I figure he'll make his way back by taxi too, but it looks like he is hoofing it instead. It's entirely possible that the people at the front desk told me he'd only be staying one night just to get rid of me. But the fact that he's not going straight back by taxi proves nothing. He could be going out for a meal with someone first. That much is normal for a corporate bigwig like him. As it turns out, he ends up at an Italian restaurant in town. Ristorante, to be accurate. Italian restaurants are split into ristorantes. I'm just gonna say it like a white person because I've already embarrassed myself enough. Ristorantes, trattorias, and osterias. And I already threw the R in there. I can't, okay, it's fine. Ristorantes are the fanciest of the three.
おーいい趣味してるじゃねえか。
The glass paneling makes the restaurant easy to keep an eye on, so I waltz into a cafe directly across the street. It's got glass paneling as well, so there's no danger of losing track of him. I order an espresso and dump plenty of sugar into it. It's gonna be a struggle to make this last as long as a ristorante meal, but I gotta deal with it. As far as I can tell, it seems like a real fancy joint. Looks like he's made a reservation, judging by how he gets taken to his seat by one of the staff right away. Soon after, someone takes a seat across from him. A young woman. She's wearing one of those glitzy red dresses that dirty old geezers drool over. I'm pretty sure he's got a family, but it doesn't take much for me to catch on to what this is about. Oh no, his regret was not seeing that hooker one last time. She ain't my type, but there's no denying that she's a looker. Doesn't seem like a random hostess either.
なるほど。ま、役員なんてのはこんなもんかね。
Bro, stop whispering. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you make it quieter? Is he being quiet?
I guess because he's talking to himself, he's being quiet.
That's fair.
But still, like, Jesus. Because it kind of makes sense. He's talking to himself. He doesn't have to, like, speak up, but still.
Yeah, and he's trying not to be discovered, so.
ま、役員なんてのはこんなもんかね。
Having discovered their relationship, I spend the rest of my time watching them enjoy their meal. Guess he's picked out a wine beforehand. Gotta hand it to him. Red wine like that will send any woman over the moon, assuming they've got good taste. I don't have good taste.
Huh.
No. It's just a shame that he's using his bread to wipe up the leftover pasta sauce. You're gonna make that woman feel ashamed to be with you, buddy.
Yeah, because he's Italian. He's like, no, don't do that. The Italian me is screaming. The restaurant seems like it's more on the expensive end compared to the others around here, too. Chances are he started going to these types of places more often once he hit a certain age. He has the appropriate manners, but sticking to them and also dropping old habits can prove to be tricky. Not like anyone's gonna call him out for it, considering his age and position. 3 hours pass before they finish eating and enjoying their dinner after espresso. Their after dinner espresso. Jesus,
I don't know why my brain flipped
an
this.
espresso for 3 hours because he ordered an espresso. That means he sat with it for 3 hours.
Yeah, the way that shit got so cold. I get myself ready to leave while Ro pays for the whole thing by card. Fortunately, I know exactly what their plan is after this. Probably because I do the same thing. Once they leave and get into a taxi, I jump into another one and follow them. They end up making their way back to the woman's apartment, so after I confirm that they've gone inside, I return to the hotel. And that's where you'll lose him. Rookie mistake. I don't know much about Taiwanese dogs, but some breed I'd never seen before came out to greet them both when they arrived at her place. Shark lady.
どうだそっちは。
Shark. Waves her hand in dismissal. Guess she wasn't able to learn anything interesting, so now she's pissed off. Meanwhile, I'm feeling pretty great because I've gotten my hands on some crucial info.
What? Are you sleeping while he's...
Yeah, he's a man whore.
Yeah, I don't know.
じゃあ情報を手に入れたのは俺だけってことかな。
I call you an idiot.
もったいぶらずにとっとと言いやがれバカチン。
Yep, she's pissed, alright. I heave a quick sigh before explaining what I saw.
ロの野郎。真面目な顔して女と合流してやがった。
Okay.
女？家族じゃないな。妻も3人の子供もまだ北京に住んでいるはずだ。
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Oh.
Hi.
若い女だったぜ。
Crying over him being a man slut? What is this?
ご丁寧にマンションに入るときキスをしてやがった。
The little
悪趣味なやつ
kiss.
だな。
だろ。
Why does he have to betray his wife
真
and
面目
kids
そうな
like
顔
this?
した愛人作ってやがったんだ。犬にも懐かれてるみたいだから。
I know she was hot even though we couldn't see a picture, but still.
犬にもね。
What if she ends up being his
悪
daughter?
趣味なのはお前だぜ。
What?
中年男の恋事情を覗き見
What
し
if
てん
he's
だからさ。
paying child support? What if the kiss was platonic? Man. Now she's trying to make him seem like a perv for spying like that.
あんたイラついてるからってそりゃねえぜ。
You for your redeem.
ともかくだ。こいつの未練は愛人で決まりだな。
She
clothes.
is wearing the outfit of all time, dude. I unironically took a screenshot last time because I was like, whoa.
She's wearing clothes.
Barely. She is barely wearing clothes. And I appreciate the fuck out of that.
She doesn't even like wearing her jacket fully. Just lets it shit on her shoulders.
I see why he's thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, but no way it's that easy. But he's like, surely his regret has to do with this lady. Like, no, probably not. That's too easy. That'd just be foolish. If anything, he's probably thinking if I'm gonna die anyway, I might as well get one last good lay. Which isn't enough to be a regret, but like, you know.
I just find it funny that the way you said it made it sound like you were trying to sing it like lay. It's like lady. It's like, oh.
Oh, you know how like when you're yodeling and you say like little old lady who?
Yeah, and they're like lady. I'm like, oh, okay.
Lady who? Our last two attempts were regarding his family and work, but neither caused a card to appear. Might have been because we weren't entirely certain, but a part of me felt that we just weren't on the right track. I'm confident about this one though, which is why I direct my comment to the book, expecting it to churn out a card for me.
おい、どうなんだ？愛人で間違いないはずだろ？
Honey, it's not. That would be the dumbest life regret ever. Not to judge, but all that follows is a brief period of absolute silence. Sans the sound of air conditioning humming away in the background.
残念。読みが甘かったみたいだな。
Didn't dig deep
あれだけ
enough.
自信満々で反応しないん
But
だ
I'll
か
tell
ら
you who got deep.
情報自体が間違ってるってことだろうな。
I have no comeback. All I can do is begrudgingly jam a cigarette in my mouth.
吸うなら喫煙所へ行ってくれ。私はタバコの煙が嫌いなんだ。
Interesting.
おい、
She has a ton of vices, but can't do cigarettes.
I don't know. Maybe she's out in the water. I don't know. I was like, maybe it just has to do with her job being out in the water, but I don't know.
Are you not allowed to smoke on the ocean?
I don't know. I was just saying because maybe she prefers fresh air because she's on the water. I mean,
Maybe. She flashes me her standard grin in response.
お前にはまた尾行をしてもらおうかな。私は今度こそ尻尾を掴んでやるさ。
好きにしてくれよ。ちぇ、今頃のは愛人とよろしくかよ。
what? You're with a woman. Why not take a shot? You'll probably fail, but
Oh yeah, he'll fucking die. But that, honestly, I'm okay with that because that sounds funny as hell. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. I find my...
hey.
Yeah, me too, bud. I find myself eyeing Odette after saying that, but nah. I wouldn't go at it with someone like her even if she asked. Bro, that's... Okay, he has self-preservation instincts that I just simply don't have.
This one you'll take anyone.
Yeah, okay. Low-hanging fruit, but go on. I head out to have a smoke after that, a little annoyed at myself for even considering that option. We leave Taiwan in the morning and check back into the same hotel as before when we get back to Beijing. I part ways with Odette, who says she has something she wants to look into, and then I start tailing Ro again. Getting anything worthwhile regarding his regrets as he goes about his daily business proves to be a lot more difficult than expected. So I make my way back to the hotel after I confirm that he has returned home.
遅かったじゃないか。
あんた、どこへ行ってたんだ？
まあ、どこでもいいじゃないの。さて、あとは日曜を迎えるだけだし、宴会しに行こう。初日に行った店がいいな。あそこの北京ダックはうまかった。
はあ？ロの未練が分かったってのか？
ああ。
Watch her not
だが
tell
お
him.
前にはまだ教えない。指名が2人になったら優先権とやらの取り合いになるからな。
Well, the electing isn't private, I don't think, so...
True. I guess she
So,
doesn't trust him to not elect him.
Oh, do you think he has a lower number than her?
He's 3. She's... What was she again? There, she's 11.
11. Then I don't think I understand her point, but fair enough, I guess. That goddess did mention something to that effect, now that I think about it.
I think... Well, because he would have priority? I don't know, I guess she wants to handle it herself, so...
Sure. Like, if 2 or more people elect the same person, they gotta reveal one piece of their own info to everyone else to gain election priority. Yeah, so it does say everyone. I remember we were, like, concerned that because they went up into a separate room, that when they shared it was... It's everybody.
I think it's private when 2 people are up there, but if 2 people elect the same person, for you to go first with that person up there, you have to elect something to a group of yourself.
I still think it goes to all 12 people.
Well, we don't know what happens when they went up there, if they revealed anything.
That's true. We have no confirmation one way or the other. Although that woman looks like she wasn't going to fight back anyway. So...
But I feel like she had to fight back, because how did he get all her information?
I don't know. We don't know how they were connected. And remember, she said somebody's name, because she was like, Bill, save me. And we know that that's not that guy's name. Wait, do we know that?
No, we don't know his name at
I
all.
don't... His name might be Bill.
We know he's Middle Eastern, that's all.
So he might be the Bill and he just fucking murked her ass.
I don't know. I feel like she was just calling for someone in her life. Maybe she was married or some shit. Who knows?
Maybe.
Wait,
There are many options. Sure, you'll be able to get info from the person you eliminate, but you're putting way too much risk in exchange. Odette's removing the chances of that happening to us by not telling me. In other words, she doesn't trust me. Can't say I trust her either, though.
ところでよ。いい加減怪しまれるぜ、おっさん。
Geezer. Her sudden insult takes me aback, but she isn't actually addressing me. She's looking over to the door I'd entered from. This crazy bitch. I approach the door praying that the worst case scenario in my head won't take place, then open it.
気づかれていたみたいだね。
Oh shit. Ro Chanho, the very man we've been following around, is standing right there. That means he's the one who has been tailing me all along.
いつから気づいて。
Then do you think she baited the fact that she knows the regret? There's so much going on here. I don't trust any of them.
We have to see. She could actually know. Or she could have bluffed.
二人で協力していたとは正直意外だったよ。
Because that would force him to elect her.
してね。最初は裏金を調べに来たマスコミかとも思ったが、君のようなチンピラがそうとは思えなかった。
チンピラだと？
He continues talking, blatantly ignoring me.
オデット・マランソン。私をこそこそ調べていた首謀者は君だね。
ほう、首謀者ときたか。 やっぱり私の方が偉そうに見えるってことだね。
そんなことはどうでもいい。
He's right. The important bit is that he called her by name. Meaning he's in possession of her name card. He made that clear in an attempt to bait a response from her. Chances are she realizes that as well, which is why she responded the way she did.
夢の世界。なかなか信じられない話ではあったが、夢の中で出会った人物が同じ飛行機の中にい
Did you
たら
notice that?
信じないわけにはいかんよ。君のように目立つ女性は
Okay,
間
fair
違えるはずもないしね。
Yeah, she really does stand out. Not only is she pretty damn tall, but she's also built like a tank. You could say she's got looks, but those don't stand out near as much.
確かに目立つぜ。
おい、何ニヤニヤしてんだ。
君こそ笑っている場合ではないのでは。私がなぜわざわざここへ来たと思う。
To fight a hoe?
取引だ。私にも家族がいる。こんなところで死ぬわけにはいかないからね。
お前さんは私の死因か未練のどちらかを知っているわけだ。
She takes a deep breath before shaking her head.
両方じゃないな。だったら最初の選定で私を殺してる。
話が早くて助かるよ。
待て、こっちはあんたの情報を全て持ってるんだぞ。立ち聞きしてたんだから分かってるはずだ。
ああ、だから私の取引はこうだ。ミス・オデット、君は私を指名しないと約束してくれ。さもなければこのチンピラに君の情報を教える。
Interesting. His expression is deathly serious. I have to stop myself from cracking a smile. The room is silent as can be, but not for the reason he is hoping. At long last, Odette shatters the illusion when she bursts out in laughter. Killed him. She follows that up by punching him square in the face, which sends him flying over to the opposite side of the hall. This dude must weigh over 200 pounds, a true testament to her ridiculous strength.
何をする。
She saunters over to him, takes a seat, and laughs right in his face. He's holding his cheek after that punch, but it looks to me like his nose took more damage, considering it's gushing blood.
笑わせんな。こんなの全然取引になってねえんだよ。
なんだと？今すぐ情報をばらしてもいいんだぞ。そうすれば貴様らは仲間割れに。
やってみろよ。だが、そうしたら私はお前の家族を全員こいつに殺させる。
Maybe he doesn't care.
Huh? He's like, wait,
Interesting
what? She's like, wait, what am I being asked to do?
You gotta do what you gotta do, bud. Sack up. Time to go to work.
To be fair, he has no reason to. Doesn't.
For now.
Oh.
She punches the floor as her way of telling me to keep my mouth shut. Holy shit.
お前の目論みが成功して仲間割れしたとして、万が一に私が負けて、こいつが生き残ったらどうだ？お前の家族が死んだことはなかったことにはならないぞ。
Well.
家族だけじゃなく、お前の未練も死んじまう。
貴様、なんて下道な。
黙れよ、クソじじい。
She stands up and kicks him straight in the gut. Gotta say, even I think she's overdoing it a bit.
Well, he can't die, so.
小物が生きがってんじゃねえ。お前がおとなしく死んどけば何もかもうまくいくんだよ。
Oh, damn.
取引がしたいってんなら、てめえも私の情報を集めてからだ。私が指名してもちゃんと防御できるようにな。
貴様。
ビジネスマンなら0を1にする交渉じゃなく1を100にする取引をすべきだろ。
She grabs him by the collar while she spits out her insults. All he can do in response is close his eyes and turn his head away. Yeah, he kind of fumbled there. I don't think this was the
意
move.
味はなくなっちまうけどよ。
Although he had no way of knowing that it wasn't the move, so I don't really blame him, but I feel like he could have been a little more discreet about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, he was spying on them. He didn't know that it would find them, but then the proposition, I don't know. Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, well, the proposition probably would have worked in the event that they didn't know more information about each other than he did. Like, basically, unless he knows either one of their regrets, there is no reason for either of them to take him up on his proposition because they are more likely to know more information about each other than he does, and he could be very easily bluffing is where I'm going with that. But I don't think he had a way of knowing that they would know that.
I think he has information about her, but it doesn't pertain. It's just information about her. It does not pertain to her death at all. At best, it might hint at a regret, but at the same point, it's just about her life, and she doesn't care if he knows, as long as it doesn't lead to a regret. Which she could be confident that no matter what he tells her about her, they won't know about her regret.
Right. And that being said, that makes his bluff not a good one, but he didn't know it wasn't a good one because in any other circumstance, it could have worked. He could have increased his odds if he had approached the man on his own. Approaching them together was quite a bit of a mistake, and approaching her at all was 100% a mistake. So, I don't know. I don't know if he had any other moves, but he played the one move that he thought he had poorly. Unlucky. Once she finishes, she motions for me to go back into the room with her. There's plenty I want to call her out on, but the last thing I want to do is go against her will right now. Smart man. It's like I've said before. She's the type of person who tries to ultimately solve everything through violence. Once we're back in the room, she acts like nothing just happened.
さあ、飯食いに行くぞ。
Just, then why did we come inside?
Beating an old geezer to a pulp really worked up an appetite.
Why did we come inside if we're gonna go back outside to get us something to eat?
わかったよ。
This woman really is nuts. Mafia might do some shady stuff now and then, but we still have some attachment to society's norms, considering we dip our hands in regular business to a certain extent. Meanwhile, people like her who live by the rules of the sea lack any such attachments. That realization helps to explain why even a mafioso like myself can be surprised by someone's insanity. Not them blatantly trying to explain why he thinks that thought process in case the reader's like, that makes no sense. Bro has outright vanished by the time we leave the hotel to go get some food. I actually feel pretty bad when I think about how he's probably spending what little time he has left with his family. I highly doubt that, my guy. I doubt that more than anything else that you've said so far.
He's calling that mistress. He needs one last ride.
Milady. Please. Might I partake of thine body? That being said, the fact that I'm here enjoying some food and booze despite it all proves how messed up I am too. Once we've satisfied our stomachs, Odette hits me with a threatening gaze.
What the fuck can I do?
お前、こっそりあいつと接触しようとは思うなよ。
Uh-huh.
死ぬよりも恐ろしい目ってのを、私は知ってるからよ。
Yes. She says this like it's a perfectly acceptable topic to bring up during a meal.
Well, I'm eating you, damn.
チェ、わかってるよ。残り2人になるまではこの同盟は続けてやる。
なんでお前が上から目線なんだよ。ああ？
わかった、わかった。平等だ。殴るなよ。殴ったらロのところへ行くからな。
それはいい。面白い冗談だ。
She lets out a ruckus rocket? I think it's ruckus, but it's hold on. That's gonna be our word of the day because I unironically have to look it up for raucous. Making or constituting a disturbingly harsh and loud noise. Oh shit, it's me when I laugh.
Raw.
That's our word of the day. That's a banger. She lets out a raucous laugh, but I can tell it's phony. Odette's the kind of person who walks a thin line at all times while making sure that everyone else thinks otherwise. Not that I'm one to talk when I do the same myself. She says she wants to avoid us both electing Ro, but another reason she's refusing to tell me his secret is because she knows there's a chance he has info on her. Maybe. And it's a gamble either way, but the fact that I've only realized such a simple truth now proves that I'm still in no position to get the advantage over her. My guy, it is literally not worth it for you. That's a for sure dead man. That's... Jumping ship to Ro's side would do more... This is a bad translation. It should be more bad than good, but it says more worse than good for me. It's more worserer. So basically, I'm best off remaining her ally. That's correct. You've come to a good conclusion.
しかしあんぐらいでかいと殴りがいがあるな。もう一発殴っておけ
I
ば
had
よか
another
った。
thought. I love her for that. I had another thought because the other reason why one, she could be bluffing about having his regret, but two, even if she does have his regret and why she wouldn't share it, one, she doesn't want them doing it at the same time. I guess that's kind of true. But two, if she's the one that takes him out, she gets one of his info cards.
True.
So she's playing the long game here where she's acting like strategically this makes sense for the team, but strategically it makes a lot of good sense for her. Specifically. But yeah, that was a thought.
I wonder who... Yo, this is gonna be crappy if the card she gets happens to be ours, because that just means we're her next target.
Yeah.
God forbid it's something like our regret. Because then she just needs the name and then find out how he died.
Yeah. That would be pretty bad for us.
Oh my. あの時楽しんでただろ。
She was laughing. Of course she was.
わかる？命のやり取りをしてるって感じがして最高に気持ちいいんだよ。
You'd have to be a real dumbass to earn the wrath of someone this insane. Or unlucky. Having finished our business, all that's left to do is wait for the second round to start. That's in what, 3 days? Oh, we're back.
Today.
Oh, fuck, it's Sunday. Ah, shit. There's been no progress at all these past few days in regards to divine selection. Oh my god, there's a route here? Oh my god. Okay, well, obviously we're picking Miharu.
Obviously. Why obviously?
Because bare minimum, okay, so hear me out. Assuming this choice here has any bearings on what happens in the death game at all, eggplant means nothing to us in terms of the death game.
I think at best it correlates to what ending we have, as in like if we live. I feel like they were probably...
I do remember your thing. Remember when you were breaking down like what happens to eggplant if we live or die? Does she die anyway? Does she live? Does she?
Well, that was my question, so I don't know. But assuming we all live,
Okay.
it might be just correlating to who we end up with. It could just be as simple as that.
Okay. Do you then have a preference? Because I feel like you don't have a preference other than you would think it would be funny to fuck it up for everybody.
I think out of the two, it's weird because at the start of the game, like I didn't like Naomi because she was klutz. Then I liked Mihara more. Then the second episode, I liked what's Mihara less.
Right, because she was being an overtop dramatic bitch, yeah.
And from what I've seen of Naomi, I didn't hate her, so I was fine with her. I was like, if you're just klutzy, which it seems just that, it's whatever.
Okay, so
I don't
if
care.
you had a preference between the two.
I'll just go with whatever you want. I don't care.
Is there one that you think might be more beneficial to us strategically at all? that you would want to go with?
Strategically, I would feel fucked up if I did go for Miharu because she would die for us. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take advantage of that. That's fucked up. But then again, if I was in this game, I wouldn't use her. I would just do it myself. But I don't know.
So we're picking Miharu then.
I guess if that's what you're taking from it, I guess we are picking Miharu. Whatever.
Surely if we just... Surely this is a good thing to do, and it won't end terribly for us.
Sure. Now I have to look up these answers.
No, you don't. Because we're doing a clean run. We're doing a clean run where we just do whatever. Nothing's really changed between me and Miharu ever since this whole thing started.
違うか
There's actually been a significant change. I'm referring to the fact that we're both just acting as though nothing's changed.
Like we're not in a death game.
As for Naomi, I've been seeing her more and more recently.
Oh.
Yeah, that helps a lot, I'm sure.
I find that
it's-
funny.
Yeah, you would. That's mainly due to my teaching her how to brew coffee for the culture festival. Right, because you have to do that before you die. God forbid you die before you teach her how to brew coffee.
Well, it don't matter if we both die. If I die, she dies, so...
Oh shit, you're right. Well, she's spilled boiling water and folded the filter wrong a good number of times, but fortunately, none of our cups have been broken yet. That's likely due to the fact that she's aware of how much my grand treasures them, so she takes extra care despite her inherent clumsiness.
今日はもう寝よう
I say this out loud for no reason.
Saying all this for no reason.
From what I remember, I was taken to the dream world at midnight last time. Might as well go to sleep now if that'll happen again. I glance over to the clock, which says it's 11 p.m., and then shut my eyes. Yeah, you might as well get that 1 hour of sleep before you fucking die today. Sleep forever. Okay, she's learned. I find myself in the court of fate once again. It's as impressive as ever. And as I figured, it doesn't matter whether or not I'm asleep when the time comes. To my left is Miharu, and to my right is that Middle Eastern man. I take brief glances at both their faces, opting to not engage with either of them. Part of me is afraid of that man. He doesn't seem fazed by the fact that he eliminated someone last time. I can't imagine I'd remain that stoic knowing I just stolen someone's future from them. None of the other participants speak to each other. Instead, we allow an oppressive silence to rule the court.
Please, 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 look around. And show us their faces, at least.
I know, right? Oh my god.
ごきげんよう
I'm waiting for her to recognize the bomb bitch. I love that she calls us slaves to fate. Wow. The one to break that silence is none other than the girl we've all grown familiar with. She stands in the middle of the court, her posture as elegant as ever.
I mean, 'If she has her out.
「
If she has her out.
運命のレールの皆様
Okay, she's learned.
運命のレールの皆様
I'm waiting for her to recognize the bomb bitch.
ごきげんよう
I mean, if she has her out.
運命のレールの皆様
Yeah, you
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
May as well hit it. Surely that's how we win, is just by schmoozing the goddess, and then she just gives us answers for free. She gives us do-overs.
Nah, she excludes us from the game. It's like, nah, you're good, you're safe. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh. Honestly, if she told us that, I would assume it's a lie. I would not trust that hoe. Not even a little bit. I'm fairly sure she wasn't here when I arrived, and yet she is here now. I assume this is what it would feel like if you saw someone teleport in front of you. She actually might be teleporting, though, assuming that whole thing about being a goddess is true.
皆様まだまだお元気そうでございますわね。再び死ぬ実感などまだ湧いてはいないのでしょう。
She really said, oh, you still have hope left in your eyes. How disappointing.
Well, damn, okay, well, shit.
I kind of love her more now. Just hearing her speak helps convince me that she's not lying about being a goddess. You can tell she's looking down on us based on her ruthlessness, which somehow seems fitting for a goddess. I've definitely reevaluated my thoughts on her over this past week. Hit her with the kami-sama. Oh my god.
それで
Don't look at me
は
like that.
今宵も剪定を始めましょう。
She is enjoying this, though. She softly announces the beginning of the end. It's a bit dramatic.
Probably. What the fuck do goddesses do on their day to day? This must be the most entertainment she's had in a while.
Yeah, I wonder how often they have these little death game things.
I don't know. I guess it has to do with. I don't even know why we were selected, the 12 specifically. Because we were selected prior to our death, but somehow we just all
Right.
died at the same time. We're like, oh, I guess we'll have this.
回れ運命の大時計よ。
Also, I don't know why they're all suddenly supposed to meet in Japan by the end of it.
Well,
Like,
it could have been coincidental because they said that normally you will all gather together. So for some reason, it could have been that they were all mates. It could have been like some sort of fate that made them. Like the girl was here because she was a tourist. Obviously, the ones that live in Japan, it's excluded. And we don't know if how the smuggling job and the mafia guy could have gone there.
they were smuggling into Japan. Whoa.
Smuggling, yeah, they could have easily gone there. I don't know how the Middle Eastern guy would just randomly said, yeah, Japan. I don't know.
Japan sounds good. In response to her command, the hands of the clock begin to move.
Oh, goody.
The long minute hand points at me.
What do I do?
I didn't notice during the first round, thanks to my circumstances, but this is basically the method of confirming whether or not a participant wants to elect someone.
私はないよ。
Miharu opts to not elect anyone as well. Yeah, her being second is a little tragic for us. The man appointed as a number 3 does the same. He's tall and wears a suit. I assume he's European based on his facial features.
Oh, look, she's actually looking around.
Wow. That reminds me. How is it determined what we'll be wearing while here?
What do you normally wear? Like, what's it? Why is that important?
Oh. might be thinking. I sincerely doubt he'd be sleeping in a suit. So did he get brought here while awake?
Bro, you're not in your pajamas.
They're like trying to address fourth wall breaking questions.
It's most likely they're just in the clothes they wore when they died. Suppose that.
Is she in her school uniform?
Yes, she's in her school uniform.
Oh, yeah, that's probably it then. Not like what you're wearing at the time reflects what you'll be wearing here either. The fact that I'm wearing my school uniform despite going to bed in my pajamas proves that. As for Miharu, she's also in her uniform. This outfit doesn't stand out too much, so I doubt anyone could identify it without taking a picture first. But that doesn't change the fact that info on me is out in the open. Yeah, that's actually super fucking unlucky because different schools have different uniforms. Oh, she got fucking trolled. They both did. I can't do anything about it as long as I don't understand how to influence my appearance, though. Putting that aside, I take a look at all the other participants again.
Thank you.
Out of everyone, number 7 is the only one who's visibly distressed. Maybe Parka was just acting cynical before.
Why are you looking at the ones we already know? God damn it.
It's so over. There's no doubt he'll be elected tonight. I'm sure that's what everyone else is thinking too. There's likely nothing in common between us, all other than that juncture of casualty thing Parka mentioned before. Causality. I don't know why I keep saying casualty. Well, it uses all the same stuff, but like our ages, gender, and nationality are all over the place.
Thank you.
Okay? Whoa.
Damn. A child died.
Two small kiddos with piercing blue eyes. Numbers... Is that 4? Numbers 4 and 10 are younger than me even. Both girls and foreigners from what I can tell. Have the epiphany. Have the epiphany. Look at the one on the left. Why did kids as young as them have to die? Gee, I wonder why the one on the left had to die. The fact that I can only come to know the reason through eliminating them is nauseating. To fucking kill that hoe. Before I know it, the clock hands make their way around to number 11. It's a tall woman built almost like a sports athlete.
So we didn't see everyone else in between. What the fuck? Except those two.
They might go back. They might go back. Not only are her legs nice and long, but her chest is sizable as well. Based observation, you might be about to die, but you're noticing, damn, nice legs and rack, lady. You can tell there's no way in the world that she's Japanese based on her looks. I'm normally jealous of tall people because of my height, but even I know it's impossible for me to ever look like that.
You never know. You can get a 10 and then start bodybuilding.
Okay, you said the normal answer, not the thing that I thought you were going to say.
What?
Remember that video that we were watching? Of the dude who became the Korean pop star?
Oh.
I
just said it. I mean, she get close enough.
Yeah, close enough, close enough. She could file her teeth and make them sharp like that.
I don't know, that seems like a pain to just talk. You can just bite off your own tongue.
Oh yeah, like I mean, you can bite your tongue off with your normal, like, not serrated teeth.
Yeah, but at least that's like pressure. Like you can, if you were to accidentally bite your tongue, it would just hurt a little bit. With a sharp thing, you probably might accidentally pierce it a few times.
Oh yeah, it'll just come off. For funsies. A clock hand stops in front of her. And that one guy who was sweating to death fucking keeled over. Feel like our eyes meet all of a sudden. Probably because I've been staring at her for so long. I avert my eyes immediately. Ah, shit. I don't know why, but my instincts are telling me to fear her. That's a good call. That's a great call. Self-preservation. More for me. She's not normal. What is normal? Not just because of her build. There's something fundamentally different between her and regular people like me. Were you gonna answer me what normal is?
You're too far gone. It's fine.
I am too far gone. It's a different kind of fear than the one I feel in relation to number 12, too. Part of me gets worried that I'm about to be elected, but as I expect, she goes straight for number 7. The small hour hand spins to point toward him. The platforms both of them are standing on begin to emit an odd light. After that, the minute hand shifts to number 12, who simply shakes his head. Looks like he's not electing anyone tonight. Oh shit. I think he really did just kill someone he knew.
I don't know. Depends. He probably doesn't have enough information about anyone else.
Right, exactly. So then how would he have all the information on that other girl unless he got really lucky pulls? Or I should say unlucky pulls.
He could have.
Or he knew her. I bet his name's Bill something.
He could have gotten her name, and then off of her name, gotten somehow like introduced himself to her. Her still thinking that dream's fake, probably like use that against her to find out information about her. Gained her trust, gained all her information, and said, "Nah, fuck you."
Yeah.
It's possible, if we're going off the insinuation that Bill is him, Bill can not even be his real name. He could have just lied to her. Not wanting to give his real name.
Ooh, that could be spicy.
But yeah, this is insinuating that he's in Japan though, so.
Very spicy, very spicy.
I don't know, he doesn't look like a Bill to me, so.
Yeah, but who knows? Parka smiles once the longer hand finishes making its way around. That's not the face one should normally make when they know someone is about to be eliminated. What do you mean? What are you trying to say? Both of their platforms start to move and gradually rise above us. Same thing happened last time, too.
戻ってくるのはどちらか一人。
Let's see if we get informed of some group information. I take my eyes off the rising platforms after muttering that. Doesn't take long for them to finish. Also, as I expect, it's the woman who returns. She reports the results to Parka, her expression one of obvious displeasure.
5番の使命な。ち最後まで小物かよ。またジジイだしよ。
Wow. What's number 5?
We haven't seen who the fuck 5 is.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, there it is.
Oh shit.
Is that easy?
Number 5 looks like the oldest of us all. He's most likely Japanese. He doesn't react when she mentions that she's learned his name, although he might just be feigning indifference. He might not even be wanting to play. He might be like the old guy that we're meant to like pity, who's like hella nice.
Nah, he's the secret mastermind and just kills them all. He's like, haha.
I would love that. I would love that a lot. In fact, the woman seems to be more transparent with her emotions than him. She's the complete opposite of number 12 when he elected and eliminated someone. While he displayed no emotion at all, she's openly annoyed, but deep down she seems to be enjoying this. She reminds me of a kid who gets angry when they lose a game, but secretly enjoyed the experience. Okay, but she still
そ
won.
れでは今宵の
She
脱
might not
落
have
者は
gotten what she
1名
wanted, but
これをもって選定を終了といたしましょう
I want some more time to observe things here, but Parka brings an end to tonight's round without a moment's hesitation.
Bro.
Unlike the first round, I've come away from this one having learned a lot more. Unfortunately, that only serves to give me an even worse feeling about the days to come.
Yay, second week. Yay.
Yay.
Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to look in here. Do they show them? They show him. He's dead.
But we don't know anything about the girls, so we don't get their faces, I guess.
Yeah, but we
Well, we
look-
should.
we should at least get their face so we know 5. Right? Who else we did? We know 10? The little girl. Okay, so we know... That means we know everyone but one person, right?
4 was one of them. Yeah, 4 was one of them.
Oh yeah, 4 was the one that was the
blonde.
the blonde
Mm-hmm.
blonde kid,
Yeah.
and then the other one was the one on the train with us. That means we don't know 2, right? We know the old man. That means we don't know 2, right?
Yes. Yeah, there's 2 that we haven't seen or heard anything about. Actually, no, yeah, that's
We've
correct.
heard about 8, but all we know is that 12 has 8's name, but we haven't seen what 8 looks like.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't show us. Give me like 2 seconds to do something. I will be RB.
Alright, hey then. Week 1, week 2, damn. I wish they would give us what she knows that his regret was. That would be nice. Just knowing his regret. I don't like to know. Let's say we don't know.
Less I.
Nah.
hi.
You're right.
Did you have any epiphanies while I was gone?
No, I was just sad that they didn't reveal the dude's name. I mean, regret. I would have been neat.
Oh, from like a viewer perspective, like we wouldn't know, but we want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, even on the woman's card, right? Because the woman should know. Although he's no longer relevant, so.
She has nothing. She has nothing. We have nothing on her. All we
No, I mean
have
the
is
woman
his
who just killed him.
No, we don't.
Damn. My only reasoning for that is probably because he's no longer relevant, so it doesn't matter what she knows about him anymore.
I guess they just made it like that so that they wouldn't have to think of it. But still, I want to know.
I know, me too. By the time Odette eliminates Ro, morning has come. I can't even remember whether I was awake or asleep when we got taken into the dream world. It's partially due to the fact that I didn't take the time difference between here and Japan into account. But from now on, I should make sure to remain more alert on Sundays. Once we've gotten ready to leave, we call in room service to bring us up some breakfast. Imagine you're awake and you're not even where you're staying, and you get summoned to the dream world and you just like pass out crumpled on the floor wherever you are. Like, what if you're in public and you just fucking fold?
Depends. Like, do you pass out or do you just like are in a trance where you just stand there?
I don't know.
Eh?
For all we know, you could just go about your day like super dissociated.
Oh, hey, he's asking the questions I wanted to know.
なんだ、まだ予想がついてなかったのか。お前が自分で言ってたんだぞ。
It was the woman. I was even thinking that.
The hot woman?
Yes.
What part of her is relevant in the slight? Well, they're gonna explain it, but I think back to my previous suggestions, albeit without much confidence.
Because if you remember when she threatened him, he said that we would kill your regret too. So, meaning her.
It doesn't have to be though, but we'll see. Because I would want to know the reason behind that, because it can't just be because she's his lover. Because if it is, I'm gonna fucking judge the shit out of him.
Oh, probably. He's like, damn, that girl's. I was gonna say that ass is too good to quit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. She gulps down the rest of her Americano before continuing. Gotta say, she really likes espresso-based drinks, didn't she? Doesn't she?
犬だよ。
Dog related. Okay.
What?
犬？犬ってあの
The
犬だ
fucking
よ。
dog? Our
Is she
lover's
calling
dog?
him a dog?
Are you talking about the lover's dog?
She might not even be his lover.
ああ。だが、あの愛人が飼ってた犬ってわけじゃねえ。
Okay.
What?
あいつは犬と一生を共にしたかったんだ。子犬から育てて、成犬になれば友人になり、最後を見とる。
So, the lover's dog is pregnant?
No, I think the reason he was fond of the dog is because he always wanted a dog. His regret is never owning a dog.
Oh, okay. Alright. That was supposed to be obvious, huh? Sure.
Great, why are they talking about this right now? And all the things I did, anyway.
ありふれた経験だが得難い経験でもある。
犬ごときが未練になるもんかね。
Well, that's better than him having regret over a random hoe.
んなもん人それぞれだろうに、お前の国でもペットを飼うのは普通だろ。
俺の国ではな。
I'm not fond of having to talk about myself, so I try to shift topics.
ところで、なんでそれが分かったんだ？
お前が愛人のところに犬がいるって言っていたのを聞いてピンときたんだ。もしかしてってな。んで調べてたらローの妻が犬アレルギーだったって判明した。そりゃ飼えないわけだ。
Okay.
She spills every last bean on his personal life after that.
Doesn't matter. He's dead. It's not like he's gonna be offended about it. Hey, you're talking about me, yeah?
Nay. He sneezes in the afterlife. His parents, who lived in the countryside, had a dog back when he lived with them during his youth. The dog was killed in a traffic accident, though.
Jesus Christ.
His family refused to get another pet after that, since the sudden shock that came from losing it was too much for them. And that led to the birth of Rose's great regret.
今度こそちゃんと死を見とってあげたいってな。
気持ちだけなら分からないでもないな。未練になるほどってのは俺は理解できない
I
けど
don't
さ。
understand how she could kill it then, if that's what you were insinuating. I'm still waiting for that. You said she threatened to kill it, so then, like,
I
how?
don't know. Guess she would have killed a random dog in front of him. I don't fucking know. Or kill the lover's dog.
Wow.
Make sure he's not there for its final moments. I don't fucking know.
Damn. She scoffs in response. Believe it or not, but this brute actually has a soft spot for animals. Hell, her ultimate regret might be dog related as well. Not like you can keep a pet when you're always out to sea. Either way, the discussion moves away from Ro shortly after that. Over the course of his life, he kept too busy and was too financially unstable to own a pet. Once he got married and settled down, he discovered that his wife had allergies.
Damn.
Guess we'll never know whether or not he convinced his lover to get a dog because of that, or if he went with her because she already owned one. Hell, she could have just been some lady he hired to look after his secret pet dog.
That would be kind of sad.
Odette's the only one with those answers now. Oh well. Probably shouldn't concern myself with someone who's been eliminated.
で、ニュースはどうなった？
The goddess said that anyone eliminated during divine selection would have the reversal of their deaths undone. Not only that, but any events linked to that period of time would also be undone.
俺、自分で見ろ。
She flings her smartphone across the table to me in response. I don't even need to browse the web based on her reaction, so I give a casual glance toward the screen before handing it back.
2週間前、中国の有名企業の役員が会議中に 脳梗塞で突然死。ぴったりだな。ところでよ、あの運命の大広間とやらの上はどうなってるんだ？指名の時上に行ってただろ？
That's good information. I'm starting to find myself curious about how the election process works. She's probably not gonna tell you.
ちーと説明が面倒だが、まあ教えておいた方が今後はいいか。
She doesn't seem too sure at first, but she decides to take the time to give me a primer. And a pretty long primer at that. Even for someone who talks as much as she does. Yeah, let us see. Take us there. Circular platforms both Oda and Ro were standing on began to rotate as they were raised above the Court of Fate. Upon reaching a certain height, they stopped ascending. The layout of the upper area was similar to the lower stratum, but parts of it felt different somehow. The goddess displaying her usual wry smile had made her own ascent before either participant can blink.
それでは指名をどうぞ。
After ascending, all the cards in Odette's possession sprung out from her book at once. A strange light surrounded them, masking both their number and contents from everyone's view except Odette's.
なんだ、言えばいいんだな、こいつの情報を。
貴様！
Wow.
あなた様のお好きなようにカードを宣言してくださいまし。
Eh?
Odette's eyes scanned across the cards in front of her. She currently had 9 cards, including her own. Among them were 3 specific cards she needed to read aloud.
Okay.
She brushes her fingers against them before speaking.
Ro Chanho.
Ro-chan-chan. See, the only thing that will fucking F me up in this game is if you have to say their name correctly. I'm like, nah. I lost.
Big L, you take yourself out. You're like, I'm good.
Nah, I already lost. Saying their names correctly? Huh.
You just burn as many people as you can on the way out. Like, fuck all of you, anyways.
やめろ！やめてくれ！
てめえの死因は脳梗塞。
私には家族がいるんだ。私が死んだら家族はどうなる？貴様はその責任を背負えるのか？
She's not gonna give a shit about your fucking family, dude.
まだ間に合う。指名をやめなさい。金はある。私は株も土地も持っている。
みっともねえな。
いくら欲しい？いくらでも出す。私の信用情報ならいくらでも引き出せる。一生遊んで暮らせるぞ。どうする？
こいつの未練は犬だ。
終わりだ。私はおしまいだ。
Why didn't he even try to defend himself?
命の対価にならねえよ。何より勝負事で私が妥協するわけないんだよ。
Yes, ma'am. Once Odette finished, 3 of her cards floated away from her. After reaching the middle of the Court of Fate, they came together and formed a triangular shape. The beam fucking eradicated his ass.
じゃあな、おっさん。
Who knows whether or not he could hear her last words to him. He simply hung his head in despair, realizing that his fate had been sealed. One by one, Odette's cards began to emit a white light.
散りゆくものに福音あれ。
Said light got brighter and brighter until it eventually blanketed the entire area. And then it happened. In the brief moment that Odette's vision was blinded by the light enveloping the area, her consciousness was overtaken by an unfamiliar scene. Oh, does she have to watch? Her senses were linked to the scene as well. She witnessed a number of old, chubby men, all are wearing expensive suits and sitting in an oddly bright room. Their faces were all twisted into expressions of boredom. The artificial lighting in the room was almost blinding when it reflected off the documents they had brought along. It was apparent that they were holding some sort of meeting. She could tell it was one of great importance, judging by the tone of their voices. However, she was unable to hear the details of their conversation, some manner of interference preventing her from doing so. And then the unexpected struck. All of a sudden, her vision went blurred. Oh my god, is she living his death?
What kind of
that's
win is
so
that?
bad.
What kind of win
That's
is that?
so bad. Dude, winning is crazy, bro. Holy shit. And your only compensation is a fucking information card
Here's a
after
card.
traumatizing yourself with someone else's death.
Here's the card. It's gonna suck if you even get their cause of death. Like, here's the next card you might end up feeling. It's like, oh, fire. Oh.
No, good. That explains why she was fucking pissed. I was waiting for that. I wanted to know why she was so, like, just done. Like, hell no. Next, her face slammed down on the table with a thud. She was unable to muster the strength to move her body whatsoever. She collapsed down onto the floor. The unclear voices were now clearly being directed toward her. Eventually, her consciousness faded as she lost all bodily sensation. A stream of memories flowed. All manner of people were talking to her, but it was impossible to make out a single word they were saying. Regardless, the sense of disconnect she felt at that moment made it clear what was going on. These were Ro's memories. Memories of the moment he died engraved upon his very soul. As he drew his last breath, Ro's thoughts were of his dog that died when he was young. By the time the flashback ended, Ro had disappeared from Odette's sight. The card she used to elect him did the same, and the room returned to its usual gloomy atmosphere. One thing she noticed was that the beam of light that shone from above had grown thicker, although she wasn't sure whether or not it was just her imagination.
なるほどな。脱落させた方にも死を体感させるとは、お前の根性は腐ってるみたいだ。
Fucking
Yeah, but I love that.
She's just like, ah, tee. Anyways.
Because that means whoever wins is gonna end up super fucked up.
Unless they only eliminate the last person, so they only eliminate. So they just watch as everyone eliminates each other. And then just like, alright, I just have to do the one.
I just have to do the one. Yeah, but even just experiencing one person's death is gonna fuck you up. Because you experienced yours and you experienced one other person's. Like, that's an insane amount of trauma.
Nah, I lived. I'm good.
Parka opted to respond with nothing beyond her wry smile. In her hand were 3 cards. Odette realized that these were the cards that were in Rose's possession.
5、使命。11、使命。11、死因。あなたは
Whoa!
どのカードを選びますか？
Number 5's name, number 11's name. Wait, she had her name.
Yeah, he had her name and her cause of death. He just didn't have her regret.
I was like, which would you
So
like?
she
Like,
was literally trapped into taking the only piece of information.
yeah.
Wow. The platform on which Odette stood began to move soon after Parka asked her question.
下へ戻るまでに考えておいてくださいね。
Bruh.
Think about it.
選択肢ねえじゃねえかそれ。
While she had imagined this outcome, the fact that she was so on the money left her visibly annoyed. Following that, both her and Parka returned to the lower level of the Court of Fate. I try to imagine everything she's just explained to me. Basically, you're forced to experience the same death as those you eliminate.
嫌な気分だぜ。パルカってのはあんな顔してひどいやつだ。
Despite appearances.
What are you talking about? She looks like she's that too. At least to me. I don't know.
そうか、なかなかにスリルがあったけどよ。
Okay.
In response, I make sure to sigh loudly enough for her to hear it. She keeps babbling on without a care in the world, though.
んなことより、日本入りするぜ。
Ah,
結
shit.
局行かなきゃいけないから早い方がいいってことだな。俺もそう思っていた。
And there's
それ
a
に
3 for
あ
1
んたが取
special,
得した
bro.
カードの主はどうやら日本人だったな。相当なじじ
Honestly,
いだったと
4
思
for
うが。
1 because that bomber's there. She doesn't know that, but
Hell, that little girl could be there.
the other. We don't know. All we know is that she doesn't look like she's from Japan. So if she is in Japan, it's for like a non-normal reason. Potentially. Not necessarily, but potentially.
そういうことだ。よし、食ったら出るぞ。
Well,
It finally feels like the second round's over now that we've decided our next move. Washing down the last flaky bits of my croissant, my croissant, for some milk, I stand up and get ready to leave.
your croissant.
My croissant.
What's wrong with you?
Trauma, panic attack. What do you mean? She just watched somebody else just blip out of existence. What do you...
Yeah, but she didn't have to experience the death or anything. She just saw him go up and never come back down.
Yeah, and usually that's sad and more importantly, scary.
Nah, that's just like skill issue.
This morning brings memories of another nightmare with it. Second round of divine selection has taken place. By this point, I've already accepted that I am a participant.
No shot. Really? Wow.
Wow. The fact that I'm alive right now makes it hard to comprehend the reality of my own death, but it's no longer about whether or not I believe it. Rather, the events that have taken place so far are starting to get to me because they feel so detached from my own personal life. Divine selection's grinding along and 2 people have been eliminated without any influence from me whatsoever.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta get your KD up. Chop chop.
True. Yeah, I want to watch us get even more traumatized than we already are. That sounds fun. I keep telling myself that they had died over 2 weeks ago.
Yo, that would be messed up. Now with that information, if we eliminate the love interest, we have to be there watching her die.
What if we're the regret?
That would be hilarious.
We're the regret, and then we have to watch her die. We have to feel it. I kind of want it.
I kind of want it.
It would feed my mental illness. I had to move my sobriety to today because I didn't stick to it yesterday.
I can believe
I haven't.
that.
It's okay because if I am like, if I'm relapsing multiple days in a row, then I just haven't started the new streak yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
I didn't fail at 0. I just haven't started again, and it's fine.
Why haven't you started again?
I started today, probably. We'll see if I make it through today, and then I started today.
That's the same logic as you can't have a hangover if you don't stop drinking.
Yeah, exactly. See, those people get me. Well, you can get his liver damage though, and I'm not sure what just reading too much gets me. Other than like emotional damage, but I've had that my entire life, so what else is new?
I don't know. Problems given how much you're dehydrated.
I unironically looked to see if Ford played the song again. Like, why am I dehydrated? Yeah, that's true. Although I stay on top of my own hydration. Anyway, we derailed. This is not about me and my own sick fulfillment. But I can't forget the faces I saw in the Court of Fate. But you didn't even look at them all.
You missed 2.
That alone is enough to make my heart ache. I don't want to die.
Typically, normally people don't want to die, so.
What are you trying to say? Not having access to my own cards is frustrating too. That's just a skill issue, bro. Like, that goddess even looked at you sideways like, are you fucking kidding me? What a dingus. There's one major reason behind my reluctance regarding all this, and it's the fact that I don't know what my own regret is. Oh my god. See, okay, but I did point that out because I was like, regardless of whether or not she remembers her own death, why don't we know what our regret is? Why do we only know our name? I pointed that out, and now she's like, damn, what do I regret?
I guess it's something where, like, it's just a split thought you have as you're dying, like what do you regret the most? And she can't
Right.
fathom that, so she can't think of what her regret is. You know,
Genuine question. Do you think it's Naomi?
no.
Because she died saying, at least I was able to save her, which one seems horrendously unlikely that she saved her.
I think because what I feel like she still was alive for a while, if she saw Naomi basically on the floor burned, yeah, I think she would regret not saving her. But it depends. Does the regret just what you regret in your final moments or your life regret?
Don't know.
I think it's regret in the final moments because the guy was thinking about his dog when he died, and that ended up being his regret. So if she regrets not saving
So then
her-
why wouldn't it be Naomi? Yeah.
Yeah. However, she doesn't even remember her final moments of death, so that's why she wouldn't remember her regret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably doesn't even realize she died by the fire. She can't even summon cards because she doesn't know how.
I know, and she's not even trying. Which is crazy. And she's not even questioning why she doesn't even have Miharu's name.
She did, but
Which I still really want to know.
she questioned it, but she's like, am I missing a method? Like, what the fuck?
I definitely feel like you're probably on the right track of like what her current legal name is because of the divorce. I think you're on the right track there.
It could be the whole thing with the confident thing where she's not saying it confidently enough, which it's stupid, but it's possible. I don't know. She'll eventually get her
That
name.
would be incredibly stupid.
We'll see.
I still haven't sorted things out with Miharu, but it's entirely possible that we could both be eliminated while preoccupied with that. As afraid as I am of both the woman from last night and the guy from the first round, not to mention everyone else, I'm not about to go down without a fight. Girl, since when? You've done nothing for 2 weeks, and I forgave you the first week because you didn't remember.
Well, time to make up for lost time. I don't know.
Yeah, she's gotta like double kill this next week, and I'll feel fine.
Well, she can only nominate one person, so she can only get one.
Double kill next week.
The only way she gets a double kill is if she nominates someone and someone picks her, nominates her, and she reverse them.
Or I was gonna say she could just have Miharu do it, but sure. You're right. The Uno reverse is crazy. No, you.
No, you'll die.
No, you sucker. I have 3 cards at the moment. If I'm going to do any digging, it needs to start with the people these belong to. I look up that Federico Carminati person after I finish collecting my thoughts. And you find nothing. Yep. As expected, no useful information. All I learn is that it's a common name in Italy.
Hey, we know he's Italian.
The other 2 cards provide me with a cause of death for number 4. I totally forgot we know how number 4 died, and number 4 is the little girl. So she died
Fire.
in a fire.
Which is how we died.
Potentially.
It's crazy how they say fire, even though she was probably exploded because it went off in her face.
No, wrong girl. The blonde one.
Oh.
The blonde one's number 4.
Okay. Well, fire. Fire, Bernie, fire.
Right, so it's just a very bizarre coincidence.
Yeah, fire. Coincidental.
And regret for number 9. All I know about them is that they seem to be foreigners.
Oh, the number 9 was the one we gold
Remember-
medal.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and we haven't even seen that one yet, I don't think. That's one of the 2 we haven't seen.
調べようがないってこんなの。
After a big sigh, I set about my morning routine. There's always the possibility that the other participants don't know anything about me.
Well, we know that's bullshit. Your 3 cards are out there.
Surely they all went to Miharu.
I mean, at best, I think she at least has 1 card. It would be extremely lucky if she has 2 cards. However, someone knows our name. Because Miyahara, for a fact, I know she doesn't have our name.
I feel like
she does not have our name.
if Miharu had any of our cards, then she would have, that whole first week, she would have known we were in the game instead of tiptoeing around the fact.
Okay, it depends on what her regret is. If she has her death, I don't think it matters because it just would say, like, let's say fire or explosion. That doesn't, given that the event was erased, there's no way to know that it was us, because they don't go specific, like, you died in an explosion on this train, so it's not that specific. So if it just says fire, there's already someone here that died in a fire, so it's not, how would she know?
Yeah, I guess you're right. She wouldn't know who the number would be attached to until she saw us, and then she was startled.
So it would just say, it would just say number 1 fire example. So that doesn't tell us who it is. The only way I say, the only reason I say she doesn't have our name, because if she had her name, she would have known we were in the game. And depending on her regret, if her regret is specific, like saying didn't save Naomi, then yeah. But if it says didn't save my friend, maybe she didn't know. It depends on the regret.
Yeah, this is gonna get interesting. I really like the event where she's known our regret the whole time. And because what if it did say Naomi and that's why she's been like extra cunty towards her this whole time? Which is unfortunate because then she would know that Naomi also dies, but then it would be like, damn, that's her regret. This fucking eggplant.
It's possible she could have guessed it after she realized it was us. Because if, let's say, she has our death, so she knows we died most likely with Naomi, and maybe she took a stab at the dark, and it popped up.
Right.
So it's possible.
I kind of, the sick part of me really likes that eventuality of just like, damn.
So yeah. At best, one person has her name, because obviously Ihara doesn't have our name, because she didn't know we were in the game. So at best she either has 1 or at best 2 cards, and one of those cards she could have been handed, and the other one she could have guessed, meaning that another person has a card. So
right. Yeah, so this statement is just idiocy.
Yeah, so, and like the worst case, like the best case scenario, someone has your name. That's fact.
Right, yeah. That's rough, buddy. You're coping. Doesn't mean I can waste my time, though. My own name card was among those distributed at the beginning, which means it's only a matter of time until someone puts 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, duh. It's not gonna be hard to search up a student's name.
One thing that has me curious is number 4's cause of death. Much like me, their card says they died in a fire. Much like you, my asshole.
Yours does not say fire. We don't know what yours says.
From what I recall, number 4 is a boy from abroad. Oh, that was a guy. Well, that helps. Of course, there's no guarantee that he got caught up in the very same situation as me.
Bro, you saw the... No, you got it confused. It is the person, the foreigner with the silver hair.
Is it?
Yeah, not the little girl, because he said
Did
it
you
was a...
pull up the VOD?
No, because she's saying it right now. Because if it was the little girl, why would she say number 4 is a foreigner little boy?
Why can't that other one be a boy? I don't remember what they looked like, other than the blonde hair and the blue eyes, and it was a bob cut. That one looks no more like a girl or boy than the other one looks any more like a girl or boy.
Well, also, she did confuse the same person that looked exactly like them as a boy, and then Eggplant said it was a girl. So, she's already confused it for a boy, so...
Okay. Much like how there's no guarantee that I simply died from the fire itself. If that's true, then that makes it even less, or I should say even more stupid, because of the original statement that we said, where if it's that one, why does it say they died in the fire and not the bomb? Idiocy. Idiocy.
They tanked the bomb, and she's like, ah, shit.
Yeah, they just live those. The bomb was pushy shit, but then they suffocated in the fire. Okay. Alright, Rasputin. In fact, I still don't recall how one broke out on the train in the first place. Yeah, uh-huh. So true.
Trauma, man.
There are plenty of possibilities, from a simple accident to an intentional terrorist attack. There's no way for me to find out when the act has been undone.
You witnessed it. I mean, I know you forgot because of trauma, but come on. Remember.
Come on, buddy. In other words, all I've got going for me is my memory, which is shit.
Both said it, yeah.
もうやめやめ
No point in forcing myself to try and remember. I think
There
there's
is a point. You're in a death game.
Because like imagine she has to go to defend herself and you have to offer things about yourself in defense and she only knows her goddamn name. God forbid they offer up
Like,
so like they elect her because they have 3 things about her. She offers her name and is like, please don't counter my point. And they offer a piece of their information. And then she's like, well shit, I got nothing else. Can you tell me what my things are? Because I don't know.
she's like, can you tell me? Because I don't even know. If she gets eliminated, she will be hearing how she died and her regret. It's like, oh, that's what it is.
Oh, and then they have to live it. Feel like there's a lot of good reasons to know how you died. Yeah, specifically, there's no downside to know. There's a lot of upsides and there's no downsides. So like, now what, bro?
Nah, there's no point.
There's no point. Especially when there's a near 0 chance of a hint magically appearing to help me out. I'm making my way down to... Okay, I had another stupid thought. Because what if she kills someone and then in their cards is one of her information cards that she doesn't have, and she chooses that one.
That is actually a possibility, which is stupid,
That's
but it's
so fucking
possibility.
L. That's so fucking L, dude.
I feel like that's gonna happen, and if it does, I'll be like, bro, please let me pick. Please.
Yeah, on God. That should be part of our route choices. I don't think she'll kill anybody, though, intentionally. I make my way downstairs, have some bread, and then head to school. L meaning taking an L, or L meaning something the character L would have done. L meaning like taking the L, like a loss. Like silly baka. There you go.
Silly baka.
Silly baka. Wasted move. Mao and Miharu stroll. Actually, no. Okay, sorry. I keep derailing, but like, imagine she does that and she comes down and she has to reveal what card she took to the group. She was like, number one's cause of death, and they're like, huh?
You're like, you took your own card? It's like, why? It's like, don't worry about it. I have a plan. Trust.
Because you know it's possible because of the fact that the girl was offered to take her own informational cards as well. The
Yeah.
shark teeth girl who just did it. Otherwise, it shouldn't have been an option, right? She was treating it, she was like, well, not much of a choice. Maybe it was. Maybe it could. I mean, I still think it's pretty stupid to do that, but like, holy shit. Oh, I would have lost my mind. Anyway, back to focusing. My brain just keeps telling me all the stupid ways that that's just stupid.
Just
It's like, and then this happens? Bro. Mao and Miharu stroll over to my seat when the bell chimes for lunch. I had planned on going to the cafeteria on my own, but Mao catches me just in time. It's another wingmanning moment. And the voiceover being like, she did it. In fact, she did, in fact, not have a plan. Yeah, that's me. We probably would have eaten separately if she hadn't, considering my mind is a little preoccupied. So much for trying to go about life as usual.
私も今から行こうと思ってたとこ。僕も今朝はちょっと寝坊してしまってね。お弁当を作れなかったんだ。寝坊。
Overslept, huh? Obviously, I won't ask if that was thanks to being in the dream world.
Why not?
ミハルンが寝坊なんて珍しいね。さて、食堂へレッツゴー。
Let's go. I'm so happy she said it like that because I was about to say it like that. So the fact that she said it like that, ooh. The university on campus has its own cafeteria, which is open for our use as well. Middle schoolers aren't allowed to use it, but once you hit high school, it's fair game. Since it's a little awkward hanging around all the university students, most of us tend to buy our food and then go eat it somewhere else. Is it awkward? Oh no, there's adults here. Yucky. That goes that goes double for us considering how much we stand out. That being the case, we make our way to the rooftop after getting our food.
貸し切りだ。
The rooftop is usually crowded with students on days like this, but fortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case today.
そういえばさ、二人は何を買ったの？
僕はハムサンドだよ。シンプルで外れがないし、何より安いからね。
それで足りる？
真央こそ焼きそばパンとあんパンだろ。量で言えばそんなに変わらないよ。
Okay, I know what yakisoba bread is. What is anpan? Let's look.
Bread.
Anpan. Yeah, it's gonna be a bread. It's the red bean paste bread. So it's like a little sweeter. So she has she has noodle bread and she has red bean paste bread.
カロリーは圧勝だね。
Yeah, that sure is a lot of calories. That's true. But it's empty calories. You're gonna be starving by dinner. She jams a straw into the carton with a triumphant grin. It's a 16-ounce carton, too. I'd probably struggle to finish it before lunchtime ends.
カロリーで勝負してどうすんの？太る？ダメだろそれ。
I kind of love her. She just does not give a
もう少し
fuck.
太った方がいいと思うけどね。
She's literally operating under the assumption that she's going to die again. I don't think she cares one way or the other. Respectfully.
胸見ながら言わないでくれる？
Oh, well.
Put a little, weight at places, Oh, damn. Wow, okay. Well thought. That's me, I guess. Damn.
Spicy. Yowza.
Yow.
Much as I'm aware of my depressing reality, I'd rather not have her remind me of it. Especially with Miharu sitting right beside me.
それで凛花は何を買ったのかな。
She really doesn't.
カツサ
She
ン
just
ド。
looks like perma-depressed now, which is kind of killing me because she was such a just beacon before. Tonkatsu sandwich.
はい、
Pretty
ピ
sure
ー
that's
ターの
just
優
pork
勝。
sandwich.
やっぱりカロリー摂取する気あるんだね。
It's just normal.
競ってないから。
Mao asked for a bite as I unwrapped the packaging. Trust her to do so before I can get a bite in myself. I float the sandwich close to her mouth, which prompts her to chomp down on it.
あ、カツまでいかなかった。
You're not getting another one. Sucks to suck.
一口小さいもんね、マオ。ってミハルどうしたの？
She wants a bite. She's staring at Mao with a blank expression.
She fed her.
Yeah!
ミハルも欲しいんじゃない？
There we go. Let's go, Wingman! Let's go, Wingman! Yes! More points for Mao!
じゃあ
Yes!
ハムサンドと交換する？マオがかじってない方をあげるから。
I'll laugh if they trade and she just tears off for her. That. Oh, she doesn't.
Interesting.
Like, she doesn't feed her, she just tears it off for her and like, here you go.
Aw. That's depressing as fuck.
お構いなく。僕は揚げ物は苦手だからいらないよ。
すみません。
What?
Please accept my humble apology.
Aw, what a good friend. Mao presents her yakisoba bread as an offering to Miharu after apologizing. Unsurprisingly, Miharu turns her down, which elicits a laugh from her. Honestly, what a silly conversation. And just like that, we're back to being normal. At the same time, it serves to remind me that moments like this are a regular part of my daily life.
凛花？
どうしたの？
Why did you say what's up?
Oh, because they probably noticed the look on her
な
face.
んでもない。ちょっとぼーっとしちゃってさ。
Rinka, yeah, what's up? Man, your name's not Rinka.
No,
I know,
she
I
wasn't answering. She was also asking.
I know what you're saying. It's just funny. Like, back
Yeah,
to
that's
back.
true. Like, huh? Wasn't talking to you. Shut up. Wild take. There is no death game. That's why she doesn't remember her own death. This is just psychotic break from losing her best friend.
But her best friend's alive. Well, at
But
least,
not in her brain.
Well, she just rewind time. Oh, they didn't even rewind time. They just erased the event.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet.
No, it happened. But they
In
just
a
said no.
different universe.
So it's already happened. They just put it back if we fail. It's like, okay.
They're blending the timelines. That said, I go back to eating my lunch. We keep chatting away like usual on the rooftop until just before lunchtime ends. Actually, wait, hear me out. What if Laura's cooking and Eggplant isn't actually alive right now? And we're hallucinating her being alive because we're so fucked up about it. And that's why everyone's always like being a type of way.
Then,
It's like, oh, hey guys, I invited her to come with us. And they're like, what?
then that would
They're like,
mean
oh, God.
Miharu is being passive aggressive to a fucking ghost.
Towards nothing. Yes.
That's just stupid.
Because she's upset at her love interest being broken. And thinking about this dead girl more than she thinks about her. Of course she'd be upset about it.
I think she would show concern first more that she's hallucinating. At least in front of her. And not be passive aggressive to a damn ghost.
Right. No, I know. I definitely don't think this is the case, but I think it is plausible. Or plausible is not the right word. I think it's possible. Like, it's something that you could say happened. It's just horrendously unlikely. Because that makes, like, little to no sense, but it's very funny. After the final period of the day, I hear someone call out to me as I'm tidying up my desk.
先輩
Oh, hey, ghost.
Hey. Phantom eggplant. Turns out to be Naomi. The culture festival isn't far off at this point, so it's about time she starts teaching her classmates how to brew coffee themselves. That's why we've made a deal to have her come over to Lion House as much as possible this week. Another week wasted.
Listen.
Bless.
We're making our move.
Yeah, but she said we're not gonna go down without a fight. Does nothing to fight.
She never
That's
said
crazy.
about the game. She just said about her personal
Yeah, she's gonna
life.
throw hands. Oh.
And then she's like, you know what? By the end of this
Even though
week,
it all
I'm
gets
going to
undone.
be intimate with one of them. Natural.
Oh. But it all gets undone in hindsight.
Listen, one last memory as she's dying. For her own. I mean, it doesn't even matter. They'll both be dead if she dies.
Oh, no. What if eggplant was never real?
What if eggplants are the friends we made along the way?
Yeah, we sure should try it. Look at her. She normally waits for me at the gate, so it's kind of surprising to see her come straight to my classroom. Probably because Miharu's gonna fucking castrate her. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. No. I think I died. Anyway. Now that I think about it, will everything I'm teaching Naomi right now be undone if I get eliminated? Okay, she's finally figuring out the pointlessness of her actions.
Yes, and even
Let's
more so,
go.
she be dead.
Okay. Based on what Parka said, it's all but guaranteed.
Oh, thanks, Bake.
Ah. Why are we here just to suffer? If that's true, then why am I even bothering?
先輩どうしました？ごめん、なんでもない。
Don't you snuggle me? I can't keep acting like this. Mao caught me spacing out earlier today too.
お待たせ。もう行けるよ。
リンカ、
Ah,
Miharu stops me as I'm standing up.
あれどうしたの？
It's time to fight.
羊
We're
さ
gonna
んと
brawl for
帰り
her
たい
love.
oh, are you going home with her?
今日もうちで
Oh
コ
my
ーヒー入れ
god.
る練習するから
What
さ
do。we choose? Oh, we have to invite her. Think of the fucking drama.
I don't wanna like her. She's cringe. Anyways, I take it you're going to work? As in, get the fuck out of here?
Snuggles for the sorry. You're okay. The button wouldn't have this much impact. No, you're okay. Bake, it's okay. If I hated it, it wouldn't be a redeem. The irony of this redeem is that it was my idea. It never would have existed if I hadn't have said something. Bleach never would have thought this far ahead.
Actually, I did, but...
Huh?
I would have asked you, but I had the thought when I was making it.
Oh, no shit. It's over. Do it for the Vine. Yeah, we're reviving Vine just for me to suffer on it. Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind. I make myself cry on an almost daily basis anyway. What's a couple more? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What would you like
It's me.
to do?
I want to bring her with us, but the problem is I don't know if she's actually making moves towards playing the game, and if we take her with us, I don't know if that's guaranteeing that she's going to die because she's not gathering information, which would be really funny if we cuck her like that.
I mean, it depends. I don't think she's gathering information because she has to work. So if anything, she's probably doing it towards after work at night. And we don't even know if she's gathering information.
You think that's why she's extra tired?
Maybe.
But that's what I'm saying is we don't know. But anytime we take away from her free will, I mean, she could also turn it down too. Like we could invite her to join. She'd be like, pass. But like,
Depends on what we want to do. I honestly don't even think she's gonna join us. But if she does have work. If she doesn't have work, then we'll take the opportunity to fucking block us.
Block us. I don't know. I want to invite her, but I know you don't. Do we have any tiebreakers in the chat?
Well, you want to run a poll?
You can run a poll.
Poll. Fine.
Poll question. Miharu? Question mark?
I was just gonna do the choices.
Yes?
Do you want to join?
No.
Or take it you're going to work. But yeah.
I'll give it 1 minute. It's a very fast 60-second poll. Get in there.
Get in
Vote
there.
or yeah, get in there. I'll even refrain from putting my vote so as not to conflate it.
I am not putting my vote either.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Also, if you're not sure where the poll pops up, it's it should just be at the top of your chat wherever you're seeing the chat.
Yes,
Ooh, one for Miharu, yes.
If we do no, we
I
go
love
with
this
eggplant.
run.
We go with eggplant. We go with the other chick.
Is yes meaning we want to go? Yeah, yes is do you want to join, and no is I take it you're going to work, because that's what I'm assuming is going to happen. Like, one is a hey come on, and one is a dismissal entirely.
Yeah, we want to be with this chick instead.
Like, if we're talking about in terms of okay, we're going yes, let's go baby, do you want to join?
もし暇なら美晴も来る？
Damn. Well, don't assume she's free. I doubt she's ever free. That's weird. Not like there will be many customers in the first place, and I'm all for us hanging out together. Oh my god, this is just sad. At first, she looks happy about the offer, but it quickly shifts to disappointment.
せっかくのお誘いなんだけれど、今日もバイトがあるんだ。
Alright, sucks to suck. Bye.
Hey, but we made her happy for a
Yeah.
second. I haven't seen her
代わりを見つ
happy
けれ
in
ば
so long at this point.
Bro.
She's gonna try! Huge. You don't need that money. You're probably gonna die anyway. She whips her phone out to check mid-sentence.
いや、バイトなら仕方ないよ。うちに来ても話すだけだし、また今度だね。
No, we fumbled.
うん。また今度。必ずだ。
Oh, it's that sweet smile. Everyone's smiling except for Eggplant. Fuck you. Her tone is a bit poignant. Poignant's a good one too. Not that I blame her. It's entirely possible one of us could be eliminated during the next round. I leave the classroom after saying goodbye to Miharu. I'm sure Mao would have tagged along, but it seems like she's busy with something else today as well. While on our way to Lionhouse, Naomi blurts out something I don't expect. I'm suspicious of the fact that Mao is busy.
申し訳ないことしちゃったかな。
Oh my god. And then our characters would be like, why?
美晴に？
Ugh.
はい。三島先輩も凛花先輩と話したかったんじゃないかなと思ったので。私も美晴と話したかったな。でもバイトって言ってたから、直美のせいじゃないよ。いや、そうじゃなくて。
No. I actually like how she's at least trying to be respectful. I don't like how she's just fumbling herself, but, you know.
Right.
そういえばさ、今日は教室まで来てくれたよね。ちょっとでも早く合流できればって思ったんですけど、明日からはやめときます。
Aw, honey.
え、どうして？
The classroom is sacred space. You don't belong here. Why? Naomi struggles to find the words that answer my question. After a number of false starts, she simply tells me, never mind. It's worth noting that she actually seems a bit aggravated, a rarity for her. When you're so oblivious that even the, like, wimp is fucking pissed at you. She's like, God damn it, why am I tiptoeing around your idiocy? Stop!
My idiocy. It's your people's idiocy. Just say it.
Unbeknownst to both Rinka and Naomi, there is a girl secretly watching them from the school gate. Ah, shit. Ow, did I pass my sneeze on to you?
What?
Didn't you just sneeze?
Oh yeah.
Or was it a cough?
It was a sneeze.
Yeah, did I pass it on to you because I had to sneeze?
I have no idea.
It was Mishima Miharu, known at Amichahai for her looks and admission via scholarship.
Why the fuck are you
Oh,
spying
no.
on us?
We're gonna get her pav a little bit today. Maybe, probably. To many, she's the embodiment of perfection. However, this perception has made her somewhat difficult to approach for them. Especially now, as tears stream down her cheeks for all to see. A scenario likely to become, I'm assuming that says focus and not locus, to become the focus of many rumors. If it involves anyone other than Miharu, in fact, it is such an unusual sight that no one will dare mention it at all.
ミハルまだいたんだ。
Amongst the crowd of students pretending they haven't seen anything, Oguma Mao is the only one to address her. Her attitude remains consistent even in the presence of her friend crying without uttering a word. Miharu's focus never shifts despite Mao's presence. As such, Mao follows her line of sight only to give a sage nod after seeing the two figures it led to.
なるほどね。
ねえ真
なーに？
央、もし死ぬとしたら僕はインカに愛されて死にたい。
Bake, do the thing! Bake!
Bake, do the thing.
Oh my god. I don't even. Okay, thank you. I was gonna say I don't even need it because I'm crying anyway. Her voice quivers as she says this to Mao. Her words lack even the slightest hint of exaggeration. Mao is well aware that she has simply let her true feelings slip out. Miharu's words fail to faze her. She responds as she always does.
んじゃ、まだ死ねないよね。
She opts not to wait for Miharu's reply and walks off. Not because she doesn't care. She understands that Miharu sees no merit in sitting down to hash things out or go and sing karaoke to shout those inner feelings out loud. Instead, she leaves Miharu to digest those simple words. No. I'm gonna cry regardless of the fucking song playing. Miharu doesn't think of Mao as being cold for doing so either. In fact, she feels absolutely nothing at all about her. Oh my god. Ow. Only thing in her heart is Rinka, who gradually sinks into the horizon. Oh my god. What the fuck happened?
お邪魔します。
Why was that necessary?
Cause screw you.
Why am I taking strays?
I feel like that's fun to end on.
What?
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Yeah, don't you think that's fun? I think it's fun.
I think I'm so sad. That was so sad.
Nah, that was pretty happy for me.
I need to know why she's so obsessed with Rinka though. Like, Mao's literally been such a good friend and she doesn't care at all. It's very bizarre and I need there to be a reason for that. Cause it's one thing to feel strongly for one person and then be the focus, but to literally not give a shit about someone who's your friend is crazy. So give me whatever trauma response that is. Give me whatever. Give me give me the reason behind it, and I'll just sit with that and be like,
don't
okay.
end there, please don't.
Oh, Laura, not you too. We're both just like, please, God, have mercy. Fuck, that was sad as shit.
I would say at least a 2-minute break, cause.
Yeah, do you need to pee?
No.
Do I need to pee? I don't even know anymore.
You don't even know. You don't
I
even know where
can't.
you are anymore.
I no. I know I have a burrito for later. That's about all I got. That's the only truth in my life at this moment. And it might even be a lie. I haven't even opened the container yet. I opened the container and there's not even a burrito in there, bet. My whole life is a lie.
Take a bite of your burrito.
No, thank you. I am full.
Full of sadness.
Well, that and like I had later food today than normal because I was distracted all morning. So I ate fairly recently. Well, I guess it would have been 3 hours ago. But I'm full still, so. This is fun. This is a good time. How are you liking it so far? It's okay.
Fine.
Yeah. I know you don't give a shit about the like drama aspect of it because you're here for the game and I get that.
I'm fine with the drama aspect. I kind of like it at parts. However, there are things that are really, other than the clumsy, there's really nothing that I don't like about Naomi. And there are more things I am starting not to like about what's her face, Mihara, or whatever.
Yeah, I get that.
And her being like really, really like desperate in love in this whole scene doesn't change my mind. I could feel some sadness for her, but it doesn't change my mind in the slightest.
I get that. For her to be this deeply in love, there has to be something that happened. Like, this girl saved her life as a kid or some shit.
I don't.
And just doesn't remember because she has memory. Like, there has to be something, like...
Honestly,
I get having a crush and I get having jealousy, but bringing yourself to the point of tears because she's teaching another girl how to make coffee? And literally not giving a shit about any other human on this planet aside from her, that's like...
Like, at first I could kind of be understanding and sympathizing because it's like... It's obvious that Eggplant's also into her, so it made more sense.
Yeah, the jealousy I get, yeah.
But then it felt a little bit too aggressive at times, and then you add to the fact that Eggplant is kind of being nice, which I feel like she's being too nice towards her
Yeah,
feelings.
she's completely sidestepping for this other woman, even though she clearly likes Senpai too.
Yeah, so I think she's being too nice, but she's at least trying to be respectful. And then there's this chick that's just like F you, who hasn't even done anything to her. In fact, she's been overly nice.
Yeah.
It's like,
So I need an explanation as for why she is this intense, because I can believe teenagers can get to be this intense. I was one of them, not like in this exact scenario, but I'm a very like intense person emotionally. And this is after my hormones have balanced out. Imagine me back in high school when I was going through it with like puberty and shit. Like, bruh. That's too much. Like, I'm too much now. So I get the emotional intensity, but I just need a reason for why she's so at 100 perma. Cause like she's doing the most.
and no offense,
Like
why,
Laura said, she's intense.
why
Like she's doing the
yeah.
most right now.
I can kind of
Yeah, why
understand-
Rinka? I want to know.
I can
I genuinely want to
sort
know.
of understand Naomi, because from what I've known, she was the first to talk to her and is nice. So I can see a little crush developing. But why her, by Mihara or whatever, why is she so aggro? Like, if it was also kind of crushy, I can maybe get it. But then again, I've barely seen them together, so it's like, it's hard to say why she has a crush.
Yeah.
Because if anything, other than the choices of us making, she doesn't pay her more or less any attention than anyone else.
Right, they're just all friends. On the same level as anybody else. She just feels more of a need to protect Naomi from herself. Like, the protective instincts in Rinka are activated when it comes to Naomi, but that's the only special treatment she gets.
Yeah, so that's why I can see why Naomi has a crush on her. But I don't see why she would have, Mihara would have a crush on Rinka, other than she's nice and I guess she finds her pretty, but I feel like it wouldn't be that hard either.
Yeah, it shouldn't be this all or nothing. And I can see it also being exacerbated by the fact that she knows that they're both dead. And so no matter what, they're never going to end up together. I can see that exacerbating the issue. Like, she's probably going through mourning right now as well, but that's still a lot.
Yeah,
For sure. And I just want them to tell me. They've been spoon feeding a lot of exposition for what I feel like is an unnecessary amount. So if they could spoon feed me that in particular, I'd be happy.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like if they did take inspiration from like something like Future Diaries, like, I feel like they make her exactly like try to make her more like those characters, maybe.
Oh, you think? I don't remember enough about Future Diaries to remember characters' personalities.
Well, for the main character, the main character was kind of, they made him seem like a loser that couldn't do anything on his own.
Right.
And the main female was like in love with him.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Hardcore, and was basically feeding him not lines to even say at times, and like how to survive this game. She was like hardcore protecting him, and she was like hard yonder it. Didn't want anyone to talk to him though, so it's obviously not the same. She was in love with him just because basically he was nice to her and made a promise. Hey, let's go see the stars, gazing at the planetarium. That's it. It's like, oh.
It's always the planetarium. It's always the planetarium or the aquarium.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yep.
It's just weird, and it's just make me not like her.
That's fair.
Anyways,
Those are pretty dope locations. Agree.
dope. Anyways, I'm fine going for at least the coffee house thing.
Okay.
Let's go.
私と来てるんだから誰もいないよ。
Naomi drops her things off at the counter before donning the apron she's brought from home. I fill in the regulars about the culture festival and tell them not to worry about Naomi's presence. In exchange for my teaching her, she's offered to help out with dishwashing and other simple tasks for around an hour or so. I've told her not to bother, but she insists on it. It's gotten to the point where it would feel rude to keep turning her down, so I've decided on a time for her to help me out. Here's how things typically go when Naomi's around. We open at 4 p.m. on weekdays, and the hour or so after that, it's either completely dead or we have very few customers inside. That's when we either brew some coffee together or she reads up on different types of coffee beans. The latter is more out of personal interest than anything else, since it won't come in handy for the culture festival. Around 6 p.m., the regulars who are just finishing up work start dropping by, so that's when I have her help out for an hour. Afterwards, she kills some time either studying or reading books. Sometimes we chat when I've got the time to. That's how things went last week anyway.
さあ、じゃあ始めようか。あ、先輩、ちょっといいでしょうか。
She takes something out of her bag after I nod. It's a transparent plastic bag. Inside are a number of cookies made in the shapes of stars and hearts.
あ、かわいい。その、お礼の気持ちです。
Oh,
昨日は日曜日だったので、うちで焼いてみたんです。
I untie the red ribbon after she hands me the bag. Sweet smell wafts through the room as soon as I do so.
もし甘いものが嫌いじゃなかったら、コーヒーを入れた後、一緒に食べてみてもらえませんか？もちろん。ありがとう。嬉しいな。
Tie the bag back up to prevent the cookies from getting splashed with water while we're brewing.
リボンはリンカ先輩の好きな赤にしてみました。え、なんで知ってるの？わからないと思ったんですか？
Leaving the cookies somewhere visible, I start the brewing process.
もうバッチリじゃないかな。みんなにも教えられるんじゃない？そんな、もう少し練習したいです。初心者向けの方法ですけど、私おっちょこちょいなので。
She can act as humble as she wants, but it's a fact that she's improving. I'm rather impressed by how well she manages it when she is properly focused. I wouldn't be surprised if she shot right ahead of me if it were my grand teaching her.
じゃ、そろそろクッキー食べようか。ちょっと休憩しよう。
We have no customers right now, so it's a perfect moment to take a break. Can't say for sure if that's a good or bad thing, though. Place the cookies onto a plate and carry them over to our usual seats along with some coffee. After appreciating how great they look, I finally take a bite.
ごっくり。
Someone hits Naomi's panic button as she awaits my reaction. It's like in her head, burp, 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 woo, woo, woo.
おいしい。
Oishi. I'm not good at making dramatic reactions, so this is the best I can do. Naomi's eyes shimmer with an excitement that matches her beaming smile.
嬉しいです。
I have a sip of my coffee before taking another bite.
あ、このクッキー。
Actually.
どうしました？すごくコーヒーに合うね。なんだろう、まろやかな感じっていうか。はい。実はリンカ先輩の苦めのコーヒーに合うようにバターを多めにしてみたんです。
Oh god, they're making her too good. It's over. She lets out another sigh of relief, brushing her hand down her chest.
喜んでもらえてよかった。私のために作ってもらって喜ばないわけないでしょ。もう。
There are a few too many for me to eat alone, so we end up eating them together. Oh, I'm actually so glad Miharu's not here to see this. I would be fucking sobbing. Oh, that's the big sad. Baking sweets is apparently one of her favorite pastimes. She can bake a whole bunch of things, but cookies seem to be her specialty.
Someone should be recording this to show her later.
You are so ill for that.
Prosperity.
What prosperity? She's gonna die!
Well, listen. I kind of feel like we just found out her regret, too, by the way. So, anyways.
Yeah.
We will have to make that regret really sting.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. It's funnier.
No. No. Too sweet for me. I'd take my whiskey neat on the nice. My coffee. Black in my bed at 3. You're lucky I know the lyrics to that. Cause your thing did you dirty. Oh boy. Yep, baking sweets is apparently one of her favorite pastimes. She can bake a whole bunch of things, but cookies seem to be her specialty. It reminds me that my gran used to bake cookies as well. Granted, the taste was completely different from these. These are simple and mellow, much like Naomi, but at the same time, they don't feel as if they're made by someone not used to baking. Do you think these sparkles that are around her are like an indication of the game itself? Because you know how the goddess is kind of surrounded in these golden sparkles as well. I know more than likely it's probably just the sun streaming in and you know how you can see like dust flecks and whatever, but like, I don't know, it's a really striking visual.
I think it's visual preference.
An idea hits me once we're about halfway through the plate.
私にも作り方教えてもらえないかな。
Oh, you were trying to spell? Then you did pretty good. Our customers would probably be thrilled to see more sweets on the menu. That's probably true. Learning directly from Naomi rather than trying to do so on my own is a much more realistic approach too. And most importantly, I want our regulars to taste just how good these are. However, I can't help but remember Divine Selection when Naomi stares at me in utter amazement. Even if she does teach me, it'll all be for nothing if I get eliminated.
ごめん
For
今の忘
multiple
れて
reasons. There's no way I can tell her about the possibility of me dying. But I am awfully close to doing so. Dying or telling her? There's definitely a part of me that figures I could lift some of the weight off my shoulders if I told someone about all this. Oh, don't trauma dump onto this sweet bean, please, for the love of God. There's literally nothing she can do to help you. You would just be traumatizing her until you die and then she dies too.
Hey, at least when... Hey, if they die, she won't remember, so she won't be traumatized.
Wow. Silver lining.
どうしてですか
Banger.
Why?
Her overjoyed expression quickly clouds over as she draws her face close to mine. Ma'am? It must look like I'm mulling something over, so I rush to find a way to respond.
いつまでもナオミの時間をもらうわけにもいかないしねずっとこうしてなんて
Oh.
違いますよね先輩
Huh?
今のは本当じゃない気がします
Oh. Not her being observant.
そもそも私からお願いしたことなんですからそれに
Oh my god,
さっ
she
き
thinks we're dumping her. Oh my god, she thinks we're dumping her. It's so over. She struggles a bit before continuing.
ごめんなさいうまく言葉にまとまりませんでした
Oh my god, just say it.
うん
It's the
大
girl.
丈夫
I thought you were gonna say kiss the gal. I was like, that still works, I guess.
Yeah. And live for the cookies. Live for the cookies and kiss the girl.
ずっとこうしてたいです
Oh, she's shooting her half shot. Her eyes immediately shoot to the floor, almost as if she let the words fall out by accident.
ごめんな
Why
さ
are
い
they hurting me
最
like
近
this?
私ちょっと変で
Oh god.
慣れないこと
What
を
does that
手
mean?
伝わせたから疲れさせたかも今日は帰る
Oh my god, no.
Oh my god.
Oh my
そうじゃ
god, no.
ないんですそういうことで
Oh
は
god. Oh, spare me. I can't. I changed my mind. Please, God, take me back. I can't. She takes a small breath, raises her head back up, and looks me dead in the eyes.
Huh?
Her expression is almost oppressive. Holy shit!
失礼なことかもしれないですけれど私の悩みを聞いてもらってもいいですか
Huh?
Oh.
うん
Oh no. I
ここ
really.
最近嫌な夢を見るんです
Oh, she remembers dying. Fuck me, dude. That's so sad.
夢はいその夢は最初は普通の夢から始まるんです
Ah.
夢の中で先輩と私が
Oh my
一緒
god.
に電車に乗って帰っている途中で話していて
Can you
Oh
go
my
back to the
God.
cage moment we were having?
No, this'll hurt less. Keep the trauma. Keep the trauma. This hurts less.
Hurts you less.
It does hurt me less. I'm in pain all the time. You can be in pain a little bit.
急に電車が燃えて火事になって
Oh, propose. Oh, I finally figured it
暑
out.
くて苦しくて でも先輩が私を守ってくれるんです。先輩はそのまま炎に巻き込まれて
Wow, how traumatic.
So you might as well tell her at this point.
Pauses a number of times while she talks. Her voice gradually gets more and more agitated.
凛花先輩はそのまま死んで
Damn.
Wait. What?
I mean,
I can only watch as they kill you. Who's
Right.
they?
the flames.
Wait, I don't know. Wait, what? I feel like it's not that, but maybe. I could just be reading into this.
いつからか覚えて
I
る
think you are. I think it's the fire, but this is gonna be the confirmation. She needs to be certain that that's how she dies,
The gods.
and then she gets her card.
When do you have this dream?
She shakes her head, which has turned to face the floor again, and then answers.
もうはっきり覚えていないんです。けど最初に見たのはきっと初めてこのお店に来た日だったかもしれません。
Oh my
どうして
god.
言ってくれなかったの？あ、いや、怒ってるとかじゃなくて、もし
That's not what she's telling you.
辛いとかなら、
Oh my god.
そん
Why
な
do
こと
they
ないです
always make the fucking main characters with this
先
shit
輩と
so
一緒にコーヒ
hopelessly
ーを入れる時
fucking
間が好きで
stupid?
す。先輩と話していれば夢は夢だって割り切れるから。でもたとえ夢の中でだって先輩が死んじゃうところを見るなんて嫌です。そんなこと思うはずがないの
Well,
に。
well. Her voice falters on her final word. I can see the tears welling up in her eyes.
何度もこの夢を見るんです。
それって
That's not a dream. There's no doubt that what she's seeing is the cause of my death. A number of questions pop up in my head, but most of all, I'm flat out shocked.
I go Pikachu face.
Yeah, shocked Pikachu. Me too. I never would have guessed that she's been having a dream like that based on her attitude, especially when my own memory of the event is fuzzy at best.
Well, you were busy burning, so.
Well, damn.
辛かったね。
So that we feel smart in
大丈夫。
comparison, it makes me
大丈夫だよ。
feel like I need to like murder
ちゃん
something.
とここにいるから。
私先輩ともっといろんなことがしたいです。一緒にクッキー焼いたりまた遊園地に行ったり他にももっとだから死んじゃったりするわけないですよね。
Technically, it wouldn't be all of a sudden. It would already have happened.
Can't force myself to nod in response.
I'll be like, Jesus, I'm no god. I don't know what's gonna happen.
After all, I'd already be dead if it weren't for divine selection. That's true. What she's dreaming about actually took place. It's just been undone for the time being.
It's crazy she
Do
actually.
you think that means that all those other people that died as collateral also remember, like, they're having these like horrible nightmares about dying,
It could be the
like
level
every
of
night, but there's nothing they can do in it?
It could be the level of connection and the fact that she sees it so her fate is so connected to hers. Like more
Yeah,
so than
maybe.
others. Plus she sees her every day, so it's like this permanent like thing in front of her.
Right. I just think it's funnier to think that all those people on the ship that died, all the people on the train, that they're all like horrendously traumatized and they don't know why. But they're only temporarily traumatized until the games resolve themselves, but still. Makes me wonder, when Parka said our deaths had been undone, did she mean that the world's memories of the events themselves had been rewritten? I can't wrap my mind about how such a thing could even be possible. However, the fact of the matter is that Naomi's memory of my death is so deeply ingrained in her, being that she's reliving it over and over in her dreams.
返事してください。
ごめん。
We can't. We don't want to
違い
lie.
ます。ごめんなさい。
And we don't want to tell
先
you
輩
the
に
truth.
謝ってほしいわけじゃなくて、
What the hell do you want from me?
でもやっぱりさっきの質問に返事だけしてください。
I'm no deity. I don't know why I'm gonna die.
そうすれば
Yeah, you do.
また同じ夢を見ても
Anytime
大丈夫な
between
気がするから。
now and 10 weeks from now on a Sunday.
That's still a possibility, and technically,
But then also it was 2 weeks ago.
yeah. And by the way, if that happens, if we do lose, it technically we have already been dead. So
Yes. Yeah.
it wouldn't be out of nowhere. It's just an event that already happened. So GG.
God damn, bro. This is a fucking social landmine nightmare.
ごめん。私は
But I
Desperately hold myself back from saying something I'll regret.
then why did you start with I'm sorry? Like you gotta commit to what you're gonna say before you open your mouth, bro.
I'm far worse at lying than I thought, judging by how I keep apologizing and evade the question. Her head is cast downward, but her eyes are glancing up at me. The tears in her eyes are a lot more obvious than before. And it's my fault that she's crying.
もし悩んでいることがあるなら私にも話してください。ある日突然いなくなるなんて
Oh,
絶対
oh
に
no.
嫌です。
She says this with a resolute voice, despite her eyes being filled with tears. It just makes my heart ache all the more, though. She's likely to be haunted by that dream for a long time, assuming I keep the truth from her. That's a lot, bud. That's crazy, bro. And yet telling her won't change the fact that I'm a participant. What's worse, I may even get her caught up in something dangerous if she decides she wants to try and help me out.
Oh my god, just
It's irrelevant. She either helps and potentially lives, or she doesn't help and hopes that you win and potentially lives, or she doesn't help and you both die. I can't say for sure how dangerous this whole situation is, but at the very least, I want to make sure she never comes in contact with those people from the dream world. Most of all, I'd have to reveal the fact that Miharu's also a participant, and that only one of us will make it through the whole thing alive.
technically you don't have to reveal that. That could be a pleasant surprise for her when she drops dead. Anyways.
Do you think Miharu was on the train and she was watching them because now we know she's kind of low-key a crazy stalker, maybe possibly, and so she also died in the blast?
That is a possibility. I even suggested that because they could have been going home on the same train coincidentally.
I mean, yeah, I just didn't believe that, especially if she would have had like work or something. I don't think they would have been on the same train.
Well, it depends
Like
on...
they could have said that they were, but I just, for me, the possibility of something else is left open. But now because she's a stalker, I think it's highly likely. She was just on that train just cuz. So I don't know.
It just depends. She could have been there. She could have just... Fuck it. She could have ran into the fire about after hearing about
She
it.
got hit by the train for funsies. Truck-kun tried the isekai, but she needs to resolve this before she can move on to the next world. Like,
She could have just been eating and just choked, for all we know. That would have been funny.
just been eating and choked. Yeah, so true. Keeping her in the dark would mean I don't burden her with my situation.
ナオミにね、聞いてほしいことがあるんだ。
Jesus Christ.
ナオミを
Spare me.
余計不安にさせてしまうかも。いや、そもそも信じられないかもしれないけど、
How
聞
the hell are
い
you
てく
gonna
れるか
say
な。
all the positives and go through this game plan of not telling her, and now you're just gonna tell her?
はい。
Or are you just gonna...
She answers without hesitation.
Of course.
Just as I'm about to start my explanation, the chime on the door rings.
It's gonna be someone from the game, and then she's gonna see her, and then she's not gonna want to explain it.
Oh, I was going simpler than that, and I was just gonna say it's just gonna be Miharu. Like
could-
she got off of work after, or she got off early and she came straight here.
It doesn't matter. It's gonna be something that's gonna stop her, and then she's not gonna want to tell her after.
ごめん。続きは明日でいい？
Okay. We didn't even make it that far to the explanation.
閉店するまで待っていてもいいですか？うん、それは悪いから。少し気持ちも落ち着けた方がいいしね。大丈夫。明日の放課後、
Do not make
必ず
that
話すよ。
promise, because you're about to break it.
わかりました。
Man, this is gonna piss you off so bad. She nods enthusiastically and then helps put the tableware away.
Like, I really hate promises that are... Like... I don't blame her because she's not making this promise. Try not to fulfill it. If she was, I would hate that. But still, it's like, bro, that's... There's a lot that can happen in a day that can change your mind.
Could have unalived herself from the grief seeing how upset she is. Maybe. I feel like that would just be like a crazy cop-out though. But fair enough. She leaves as I get back to work. Meanwhile, I try to focus on my work as much as possible to distract myself from my own uneasiness.
Okay, I want to end it because if it is what I think it is, it's just gonna piss me off. I don't want that right now.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll just be angry on Tuesday, maybe? Tuesday is Christmas Eve. So it may be up in the air.
Ho, 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 ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Are you going to solo stream Friday? Do you think?
I think I will try.
All right,
And
so
I might
maybe
even
solo
Saturday
stream.
because I don't have work either.
Well, there you go. Potential bonus streams coming in hot. Get mad on Christmas Eve. So true. Oh my god, I would love to just go to bed just raging angry.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I know how I could do that. I could just rewatch Arcane.
I can rewatch. We can actually watch season 2. That would probably piss me off.
We can finish watching season 2 and be like... I really want you to at least see that first 5 minutes that I saw that made me just want to stop for sure. I was like, God. Anyway. Not gonna put my opinions out on the internet because I know I'm in the minority.
At least not for season 2.
I guess that's true. I think season 2 was more hotly debated for sure than season 1 was, but not for the reasons that piss me off. So it's fine. Yeah, how are you feeling? What's the thing that you think is going to happen that's going to piss you off? Let's put that energy into the universe now so I can manifest it by the time next week rolls around.
I think, like I said, something's going to happen that's ultimately going to change her mind. That's going to, because the reason...
Well, yeah.
Because she emphasized how dangerous telling her is and how much danger she was going to telling her would put her. And then she was just gonna tell her. So that's stupid. So the only reason that was brought up is because something dangerous is going to happen and make her rethink it.
Right.
That being that someone shows up. And I think...
Who do you think it's gonna be? We already know that the girl and the guy are heading to Japan, but I feel like that would be too easy, right? Because I feel like that's a really easy subverting expectations to throw in, where we're gonna think it's gonna be those two, and then it's gonna be somebody else.
I think...
Do you think 12?
It's gonna be either the...
Because 12 scares the shit out of her.
Yes, I think it might be him. However, I think because they show them, it's going to be that old man. Maybe.
Oh, like they run into him because he's already here in Japan, assuming he hasn't left.
Yes, and it's even possible he's been to that cafe before.
Right.
Given that they're popular with older folks. And
I'm so curious what our regret's gonna be. Finish your thought though before we go down that line.
I think whoever shows up there, it's because they show up there is because they have her name.
Right. Yeah, I think for sure she's the easiest to find out of them, the two of them.
So yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. And once she sees that someone has found her from the game, she knows that it will put her in danger, which realistically doesn't really, because she's not a participant. If anything, it puts fucking Mihara more in danger, because she's also a participant. While Eggplant isn't a participant, she's an outsider.
Yeah. I'm curious. So say we do this like routes, right? Because there's clearly like a partition here of you either choose Miharu or not in some of these choices, right? So I'm curious, is it Miharu or Eggplant, or is it Miharu or Eggplant or neither, or even Mao? We really haven't seen any Mao options there.
I think it's either Eggplant or Miharu, because the way the choices has come up, it's either you do something to favor Eggplant or you do something to fuck over Mahara. Like, what are the three choices we have? we had either sit on the bench with her, which is a Mahara or not. We had what was the other
Right.
one? I feel like there was one before. I could be wrong, but it
There
was either
was.
yeah, it was either we go over what's happened the week with Mihara first or what's happened with Eggplant first. Naomi first. So that's obviously focused on one or the other. And here, this choice was also focused on one or the other because either you shaft her and say, okay, I'm going to go with Eggplant,
Right. Like you have a good day at work. Bye.
or you would consider her and invite her, which also makes Eggplant feel awkward. Because you invited her and she's like, she looked like she wanted to talk to you.
Right.
Miss Yandere wanted to talk to you. But anyways. So yeah, I think it's a choice between them, and the only other difference is probably like a normal ending where you don't end up with either, because they usually have those.
Right. That's what is it called? Like the common route or the normal route?
route, yeah. Common or normal, either or you call it.
And I'm assuming that's just if we ping pong between the two and don't really choose one over the other.
Yeah.
I
At best, there could be
definitely bare minimum. I do want to see the Miharu choices and I do want to see the Eggplant choices. And then we'll see if we think it's relevant to ping pong to get the normal. But I'm curious how it changes the game. Other than, I wonder if that changes what our regret is. It shouldn't. I don't see why it would, but like, I don't see how us choosing one or the other affects the game in the slightest anyway. Is it
think
just there
it
for
could.
flavor?
It could. So, if we
Is that gonna be the judge of whether or not Miharu lives? Like, what if we tie it, or what if we just let her die? Is
So-
that?
if I had to guess these endings, so I'm guessing like if they all have like good endings and bad endings, like depending on the route you have, you can have sometimes you have a normal ending with them where it's like how we did with Fashionista, where there was a good and where there was a good ending and a normal ending for both Saito and Miki. So if we go,
Yes.
they could either have one singular ending for each of them, or they could have
Two.
a good ending and a normal ending, or a good ending or a bad ending. I think the game might do good and bad endings for each of them.
Yeah, I think so too.
So these are the endings I think happen. The normal ending is that you and Mihara live, but
You think?
yeah, I think you guys live and you guys go to the fireworks, but it's just all friends. You don't, nothing special, nothing resolved. They both still like you, but you don't reciprocate, or you don't, or you're still aloof.
Right.
The endings that pertain to Mahara, I think the good ending is they might use the regret where it changes where her final moments are thinking of Mahara, because they could pull that out.
Right.
And you go to the fireworks festival with her because you both live and stuff. The bad ending could be that is you either betray her or circumstances happen where she dies, but you live. So you go to the fireworks festivals with the others, but noticeably she's gone. And only you remember her final 11 weeks. So that's what I think.
Fucking brutal, dude.
Good ending with Eggplant is that her regret is probably that is of an Eggplant, like we were saying. And then she's probably honest with her and they go to the fireworks. Because I think that's the ending. whoever you're with, you go to the fireworks they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The bad ending, if they have a bad ending, I don't know. It could be still again Mihara dies.
We just don't live. Yeah.
We could just die.
Because, like, what? I can see the bad ending being we sacrifice ourselves for Miharu, and then she lives a life of severe, like, pain and trauma and regret.
It could be we fuck up and we die, and then they just literally take us back to the scene where we die, and we just watch Eggplant die too. So
Brutal.
that would be their bad ending. They just die together.
Right. Wow.
So yeah, that's how I can see the endings going.
You get strapped to the fireworks? Yeah, so true. We get blown up for funsies. That's a good ending, I think.
So yeah, that's how I think if they have multiple endings for each of them. If they just have two, they could be simple, having an ending for each girl of these two girls, then a normal ending, then a bad ending.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I think it's going. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all of that is possibilities. So I'm just curious to see what happens realistically at this point. Because yeah, I don't even know what I'm more invested in anymore. Like, obviously I'm invested in the death game itself, but because it's so far it's been so railroaded that not only are we not like able to sort of participate in what information we might gather, at least as of yet, we don't even stay with the same character. So we're seeing like how the story unfolds from different perspectives, and they just ping pong us around. So at this point, like, as much as I like the death game and I like seeing what happens and I love getting the answers, I love finding out how people died and what their regret was, I feel like I'm almost getting sucked into the drama just a little bit more, because it's just so fucking tragic, because they're gonna die, dude. They're gonna die, and they're just building up this crazy fucking hype for it to come crashing down, and we already know, and it doesn't make it any less sad.
Yeah, yeah, realistically, it who knows what'll happen. It's like I said, I'm not making any guesses. I won't look up anything.
Right.
I have been sort of spoiled on one or two things, but that's just the nature of looking things up for the scenes and stuff. Like, I wasn't trying to look for like for some reason comments under the music I got for the ending and stuff. It had comments, and I was like, fuck, you know.
Why did you look?
It's just copying like the link and sharing, and it's like, and then it said, oh, my favorite ending is this, and I'm like, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
I don't know why you put that on the opening trailer, but fine.
And not like a video about the endings.
Yeah, it's like, why are you... Like, not everyone's playing this game. Come on.
Come on now, bud.
The only worst is if it was a trailer for it and you're like, yo, this guy dies. It's like, oh, thank you. On the trailer, thank you. Oh, you're so fucking great. Ugh. Anyways.
That would be a shit trailer, though.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. What if we go say hi to Bake?
Sure.
Bake is playing with funny balls. Hit the raid button. Why?
Well, we have to wait for this to be over now.
Cancel the raid so that I can cry indefinitely.
I would be fine with that.
Oh my god. What is this nonsense?
Alright, bye.
People hate me. What do you mean, bye?
No, like, we're just listening to your tears as we fade away. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
It's so funny to hear my delay while I'm singing the fucking thing.
Raid messages, by the way.
Raid messages. You don't have to be sorry. I know it's funny.
Bye.